Well, Clint, they've been playing football for a lot of years here at Sauer Field. I don't think they've seen a crosstown rivalry game quite like this one. But we're going to make sure you have the best seat in the house. Stay tuned. The Cable 10 Game of the Week is coming up.
Get a couple in. Let's see what they do. They've got 3rd and 3. First down's really irrelevant here. Let's see if they go to the air.
Welcome back to Sauer Field alongside Clint Goins. I'm John Peaseimer, and Clint, we're going to see Western Hills take on Frankfort High, and you had a chance to chat in brief with Coach Foley. Tell us a little bit about what he feels is going to happen tonight.
Well, he feels pretty good about his team. Of course, they lost last week 40-20 at Shelby County, but that's not bad when you're playing a big school like Shelby County. Western Hills coming off a big win last week against Paris. But both teams have about 35 players. Coach Foley has 4 of his 5 linemen, I think, are seniors, or at least returning linemen. All of his skill positions at least played that position last year, so he feels pretty good about this. I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Miller at Western Hills, but I think we'll have a good game.
I agree, and we will bring you every single bit of the action. We'll be back in just a little bit. You're watching the Game of the Week here on Cable 10.
Here at David Tolles Auto Pro, we know if people are driving right now, it's only for the most important reasons. And if their car breaks down, we need to get it back on the road. At Auto Pro, we want you to rest assured that we're doing everything in our power to keep you safe. We follow all recommended COVID-related safety guidelines when handling your vehicle. Our lobby and facilities are completely clean and sanitized every night. And we have touchless credit card processing. We appreciate your trust in these difficult times, and we want to thank you for shopping locally. If you have to take it to somebody, you can take it to us. David Tolles Auto Pro.
Game of the Week is sponsored by David Tolles Auto Pro. David Tolles Auto Pro is open regular business hours and is dedicated to keeping you safe and back on the road with contact-free drop-off. Pickup and delivery is also available. Disinfecting nightly all areas. Following all safety precautions. Vehicle sanitizing service also available. Call 502-352-2988 or 502-352-2205.
Lights are on, and alongside Clint Goins, I'm John Peaseimer. We're bringing you the crosstown rivalry tonight, and it's not like many crosstown rivalries we've ever had here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week, as we have very limited people in the stands. It is senior night for Frankfort High, as you see Frankfort High's coaching staff, Coach Foley there, and it's going to be an interesting one, Clint, and it's a shame nobody can be out here because it's an absolutely gorgeous night for football. Just a little bit of bite in the air, but
football weather.
We're going to have the perfect seat for them to see every bit of the action, and we couldn't be happier to be bringing you this here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. So stick with us. We're about to kick this one off, Clint. This should be quite a game tonight.
Yeah, I think both teams are about even. Like I just said just a minute or so ago, the Western Hills had a big win in Paris, but Paris is a single-A school, and Frankfort High lost by 20 to Shelby County, but Shelby County, I think, is a 4A school, so, it's not too bad to put up 20 points against a 4A school. In fact, Frankfort, boy, in their scheduling so far, they've got they're playing teams nearby, but there's no really close single-A teams. Woodford County is 5A. That's who they got next week.
And Frankfort is a school that's used to playing up in class, and
they are.
We've seen that year upon year. But Frankfort High will be kicking the ball off to the left side of your screen as you see it. And Frankfort High last week, as you mentioned, Clint, losing on the road at Shelby County, a 4A team, 40-20, but a pretty impressive offensive performance. 414 total yards. Just about 200 yards of rushing at 195, 219 through the air. Charlie Ellis, player to watch tonight, 127 yards rushing, 104 receiving.
Wow, big night.
Yeah.
This is Adrian Spencer kicking off for Frankfort High. He's a junior, a little squibber. Taken by one of the upbacks.
Number 18, Parker on the return.
Jeffrey Parker
Taken down by Chadwell
with the
and a
return.
host of
He is a
Kansas.
senior for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Parker had a big game last week against Paris. 11 tackles on the defensive side, 6 of those solo tackles. And Western Hills pitching a shutout last week, and Mr. Parker's probably a big reason why that was the case.
Dylan Engler, the quarterback for the Wolverines. See a man in motion. Hands it off to him. It's a good block downfield and picks up about 9.
Hands off to Rogers around the left side.
That was Jason Rogers with the carry that time and got just about the first down.
He's also another senior, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, and you're going to see this Western Hills team run, and then run again. And if that doesn't work, they may try to put the ball in the air. Not a lot of passes last week.
They just, what, one completion?
One completion, 1 interception.
Checking the armbands. No huddle. And we see a pass play and almost picked off by the Panthers' Larry Carter.
And Larry Carter could see that all the way in his hands. He knew that ball was coming right to him. He may have had just a little bit of too much time to watch, and that was actually a good job there by number 23 for Western Hills of recognizing that he wasn't going to get to that ball, and kind of at that point you're switching from offense to defense in your head and trying to keep that interception from happening.
If Carter had taken one step forward, I think he would have had it, but he didn't see 23 coming in there from his left side to break up the play. That's when the players switched roles. The wide receiver became the defensive back.
See what they can do here on 3rd and short.
Engler had trouble with the low snap, and the Wolverines had it 2nd and 1, and now it's going to be 3rd and 4, or 4th and 4, excuse me. Another look at it on the Whitehead-Hancock instant replay. And the Wolverines are lining up in punt formation, but I think they've got Engler as a blocking back. So who knows? Nope, they do.
Charlie Ellis back to receive.
Get it to the punter. And that ball is caught on the run by Jeffrey Parker.
And I don't think they wanted to give Charlie Ellis a chance to get that and get out into space. The amount, kind of athleticism that we've seen him display. Of course, we watched a lot of him last season when we were doing the basketball games.
He's one of the triple threats here, plays baseball, basketball, and football, and has been, I think, all district in all 3 of those sports. So,
and he is a senior
impressive.
now. I think during the basketball season, we called him a senior, we called him a sophomore,
Our
called him a freshman
freshman
once.
yeah.
So, I think we've confirmed that he's a senior now.
I finally had to stop and ask him, Charlie, what grade are you in?
Sam Davis, the sophomore QB, lining up in the shotgun.
Fakes the handoff to the man in motion, gives it to the man up the middle. That goes to Williams.
Picking up the. He had a big game on both sides of the ball last week. 65 yards rushing, 39 receiving. Also on the defensive end where he lines up at linebacker, 7 tackles, a couple of those for loss, 1 sack.
As you can see on your screen there, it's 2nd and 8. That's a nice look at the quarterback, Sam Davis. Handing it off to Ellis. Ellis, oh man, he finally did lose the ball.
It was going and going, and then it was finally gone, and just an unforced error that time. I know he trusts his athleticism there, and he knows he's quick enough to evade that, but I don't think there was any getting out of that trap. And
No, he had
maybe a little
three
early
guys.
game jitters that time.
He had 3 guys on him. We'll see it here. And he gets a hold of it the first time, but the second time it's ripped away, and the Wolverines take over.
It's worth mentioning the Wolverines forcing 7 turnovers last week.
Brief look of Don Miller there, coach of the Western Hills Wolverines. He's been there at least 5 years. I can't remember exactly how long he's been there, but Coach Craig Foley is the Panther head coach, and I think Foley has been there about 15 years.
That was a good recognition by Engler on that play. Didn't see anything he liked, but saw a huge gap in front of him to run into, picking up some valuable yardage on his feet that time.
Now you may see there in the background, there are a few fans here, ever so slightly, and that's because tonight was senior night, and they did allow the seniors to bring members of their household.
That's a really cool thing with all we've gone through, and are they going to play, are they not going to play? I know it's going to be disappointing for all the seniors to not get to end their career at Frankfort High on the field, so glad they got to do that.
A whole lot of teams having senior night early in the year, oftentimes their first home game, because, we don't know. We don't know when they'll shut this thing down. We're going to have a measurement here.
Yeah, we're going to bring the chains back out. I think they were a little unsure on whether he did manage to get the first down or not. I think they had lined up a little bit. It seemed like they lined up further down the field towards that end zone than they had intended to. That's going to be a first down, I believe, by some distance. They're moving it now. Yep.
First down.
Just barely across that thing.
It took a little while, but eventually we did get the right call there.
I believe, at least from what I remember, they're using a college football. Maybe they've changed things, but back in my day, a high school football had the ring all the way around both ends. College footballs had half a ring around each end. NFL footballs, no ring whatsoever. So in the NFL, any part of the ball has to be across that chain or that post to be a first down. But in high school, that ring is what you go by, not the tip of the football.
Nice job by Larry Carter at that time not Larry Carter. I got the wrong number 4. Jason Rogers, rather, to get outside and get a little bit of valuable yardage and working with the short field right now. Let's see what Western Hills can do.
Picks up about 7. We're so happy you are here with us, whether you're a grandparent or a friend or a student or a Chinese or Russian hacker living in your mom and dad's basement with nothing better to do on a Friday night. We're glad you're here with us.
A viewer's a viewer. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to get in, but just tripped up a little bit.
He slipped. He lost his footing there.
Yeah, that was Galloway. If he hadn't slipped, I think he was getting 6 that time.
First and goal.
We'll see it right there.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week against Paris.
Nice tackle by Carter that time for the Panthers. And I think that's what caused him to slip, was seeing Carter waiting on him, and he didn't see him until too late.
With Frankfort High, it seems like every year you'll see a lot of players playing both ways just because of the numbers that they have at the school. But and that time they gave the ball back to Galloway.
Another big hit. That one delivered by Lucci Allen, I believe. He called Deshaun Hamilton, but 21 is Lucci Allen on my roster. And I'm pretty sure that's who it is because they introduced him at senior night. I remember his real name is Lawrence, but nobody calls him that. They call him Lucci. Second and goal now from about the 4-yard line.
I bet the IRS will call him Lawrence.
And that's a touchdown, folks, right there. Western Hills first to break the goose egg. Rogers carries it in.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Rogers, and Western Hills just kind of moving the ball at will on the ground.
Western Hills lining up with the cornfield spread. See what they're going to do here. And, yeah, they run it. And they get 2.
Two-point conversion is good with 7:10 to go in the first quarter of play. Your score, Western Hills.
That was a good job by the center.
Western Hills drawing first blood here, and 8-0, and Frankfort High really hasn't had any time on the ball, so
Here.
we're going to see why that was the case, as Charlie Ellis coughing up the ball that time.
That's how the drive started, was the fumble, and that's how it finished right there. And you know, not to be too picky, but maybe when we get back from the break here, we'll see that extra point again. You don't see that very often.
All right.
We'll be back on the game of the week after this.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heatley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Welcome back here to Sauer Field, and Western Hills with an 8-0 lead, kicking the ball back off now. Oh, what a hit.
Wow, Charlie Ellis was hit and hit hard. Parker delivered this. No, it was not Ellis.
Yeah, it was ball didn't quite make it all the way back there, and I think that was by design. It was Tiago Pires.
Yes. And that's a wicked hit there by Jeffrey Parker of the Wolverines.
Yeah, he had him lined up all the way there as a guy on the special teams. That's what you dream about, laying in a hit like that. They're able to get
First and 10 on the Panther 30-yard
Pires
line.
off the field. He looks a little bit, they're checking him out right now, still on his feet, just a little bit shaken up. And
If that was
I can
Tiago,
certainly understand.
if I was Tiago, I think I would find out who the dude was that was supposed to block him and give him a piece of my mind.
The 34-yard line, gain of 4 on the play.
So a 4-yard pickup there for Frankfort High.
It'll be interesting to see how Frankfort High approaches this sequence on offense. I think they just need to get a little bit of time on offense now, move the ball up the field, just kind of string a few successful plays here together. They're going to air it out.
And that almost is intercepted. And Davis running for his life back there in the backfield before he got rid of the ball and gets hit right as he lets go of it.
Yeah, this is, you can definitely see what a year's worth of practice and kind of growing and progressing has done for this Western Hills team. They look like a completely different outfit than they were a year ago.
3rd and 6 now. Hand off to Williams, and Azino, he may have got back to the scrimmage line.
Williams out to the 35.
They're going to give him about half a yard, but it's 4th and 5 now, and the Panthers are going to punt it away.
I'm really impressed with what Western Hills is doing at the line. Frankfort High cannot move the ball through on them. They tried to run it between the tackles a few times, nothing there.
Come over to the Frankfort bench, please.
We've got Charlie Ellis back as the punter, having to get another one of his players to come out there. Nice snap, nice high punt. I think they called for a fair catch.
Nice bounce.
Gets a friendly flyer bounce down to about the 29-yard line.
Down to the 23-yard line.
And Paris is over here still being attended to on the Frankfort High sideline.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of taking no chances with him over there. Of course, I don't want to speculate, but
yeah,
that was just a serious hit. But as it looked from our vantage point, a legal hit.
Oh yeah,
it was
was
part of the game.
Yeah, the thing is that Parker was unblocked. You know, he's being attended to there by the trainers. Parker was unblocked, running at full speed, and Perez catches the ball and doesn't have a chance to even hardly look upfield before he's hit with it.
Yeah, and that last play, Parker bouncing it just outside to the right. He was one block away from completely breaking that wide open. That time, the Panthers able to collapse in time.
2nd and 5 from the 30. I think we've got a timeout. Official's timeout? No, just a little official warning.
Yeah, that's on the Panther bench to get back a little bit.
So,
and a little dialogue there between Coach Foley and the White Hat official.
That's a little surprising. I mean, you're usually with the head coach, they're a little more liberal. I've seen head coaches come out almost as far as the numbers and not get a warning.
That may be something kind of, I'm sure there are some protocols in place with everything that's going on. Maybe that's part of that.
And off this time to number 20, Jaden Youngblood.
Oh.
And he gets tackled way downfield, almost up against the fence.
Yeah, caught a little bit of that fence there, but a great run by Youngblood.
Yeah, I think it's a 30-yard gain, roughly.
Yeah. Just some great speed on display that time. Took a little bit of a hit. Luckily, he didn't need the crutches to get up, so Western Hills again moving the ball at will.
And in motion, they hand off to Jacob Fields, the fullback.
We got a flag.
Jacob Fields on the carry. There's a penalty marker on
That's
the
our
field.
first flag we've seen today. You know, been a pretty clean game so far.
That's a dead ball foul. That's a dead ball foul.
Let's see what the call is.
It's against Western Hills.
A legal procedure, I think. And, Coach Foley says, push him back. We'll take that.
Illegal motion against the Wolverines. Marks it back 5 yards.
Okay.
1st and 15.
All right, so they have, you can tell, we're getting a look at it now, what some of the social distancing measures are for the players here. The 6 feet distance is that's denoted by the X's there on the Frankfort High sideline. Of course, safety being the #1 priority, and if we're going to keep this going, we got to follow the rules. And
Engler flushed out of the pocket, but scampers for a first down.
Such a
Tayshawn Hamilton was back there.
That's such a benefit having a quarterback that can do that. That you can trust to leave alone in the pocket like that. But he's going to have the ability to tuck it and run and get some yardage when there's nothing else there.
And now Coach Foley, I think, has called timeout. Or no, maybe we don't have a timeout. What we have is a stoppage in play as we've brought an ambulance in here to look at Perez, and just to be on the safe side, he's still laying on his back over there, but he's here's the hit right there.
Yeah.
And it was full speed. Nobody blocked Parker on the way down. So now Perez is, he's moving his hands and legs, and it's not like he's laying over there unconscious. Oh, there's a look at him. So he's talking. They're asking him questions, and so you don't see him. He was moving his legs earlier. So, but better safe than sorry.
By the scoreboard.
You just hate to see that happen to any kid. And having waited so long to get back on the field, and now
we're going to step aside for a little while while I get the ambulance in here and get Mr. Perez loaded up, and we'll be back with you a little bit later here on the Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. If you're looking for a financial partner who's going to match your passion and take you and your business across the goal line, Traditional Bank is for you. Locally owned, community-driven, and trusted since 1902. Make the switch to better banking. Traditional Bank. Member FDIC.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Jake Bonta for Jailer. Experience, leadership, responsible retention, and rehabilitation with over 19 years of law enforcement experience. Vote to keep Jake Bonta as your Franklin County Jailer. Paid for by Jake Bonta for Jailer.
Hello, my name is Greg with the State Tree Service, the name you know and trust.
Over the past 60 years, the State Tree Service has become a name people know and trust in Central Kentucky. From tree removal, pruning, and stump grinding to debris cleanup, we are always available with our 24/7 emergency services. Estate Tree Service is licensed and insured, and our mission is to provide safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. Give us a call at 502-229-5258 or go online for a free quote.
The Family Dental Center is open and serving Frankfort's patients in a safe working environment, following all CDC recommended safety guidelines. They now have an in-office miller that creates crowns in a day and a state-of-the-art 3D printer that provides higher quality models and allows patients to be away from the office. If you have any questions, call 502-829-7541. Family Dental Center, here to serve you.
welcome back to Sauer Field, and we're taking a little break as the paramedics attend to the Frankfort High player that's on the sideline injured. That was number 24, the sophomore, Tiago Perez, and took a really big hit on a kickoff return. That was after Western Hills had put up the first touchdown of the game on a Parker run to the outside. No, that was Parker that punched that in. So Western Hills up 8-0 because they did score on that conversion. And you were talking a little bit about the play on the conversion, Clint, that they ran. One that maybe you don't see all the time.
Yeah, the cornfield spread, usually it's just a fake, but you've got to go out there and defend it in case they do run it, but most of the time it's just a fake. They'll eventually all come back over and they'll kick the football. They've been talking to him now for several minutes, but now they are bringing the stretcher over, so they're going to load up on the stretcher.
Yeah, let's hope this is just precautionary.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm sure we all hope so. Of course, we can't see his face, but we see his hands. He's kind of like motioning. They're talking to him, asking him questions, and he's.
What this does do, and definitely not the way you want it, but it does give Frankfort High kind of a chance to. They've gotten a couple looks at Western Hills now and what they're doing on both sides of the ball. Maybe a chance to kind of reassess the game plan and figure out what we can do to move the ball down the field, because so far they've had no luck either on the ground or in the air against Western Hills. And Hills is
their defense has impressed me, quite frankly, so far.
Their line is doing such a great job on both sides of the ball.
This, I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to speculate anyway. I just say what it reminds me of. You know that when you hit the boxers, oftentimes will take a punch to the chest in the solar plexus, and that'll knock them out. So that's what it kind of reminds me of is a boxer being hit in the solar plexus, and you know, it really kind of messes with your nervous system for a while.
Well, having never boxed, to make that decision for me. You know, we always, when we watch these games, we want to be cognizant of the risks that are involved with playing, and you know, we've seen a lot more discussion of that in the past few years.
So that's just what I believe. Or not what I believe, but what it reminded me of. You know, I've seen that happen in boxing matches. It's a pretty smart move by a boxer. If they hit you, if you don't know where the solar plexus is, folks, it's right here. You know, they take a punch right there and just kind of where your heart, maybe slightly below where your heart is, and it throws your.
Not a hit I want to take in any.
Yeah, it just throws your.
I
think your nervous system out of whack for a little bit, and you can't stand up anymore. So.
All right. Well, we will step aside for a little bit as they continue to attend to Perez. We'll be back in a little bit. You're watching the Game of the Week here on Cable 10.
Does your phone keep ringing and ringing, but you won't answer it because you know who's on the other line? Credit card calls, foreclosures, medical costs. If you're struggling to keep up with your debt, you may qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Who better to turn to than a local law group serving Frankfort and the surrounding counties? The Howard Law Group.
Hi, I'm Doug Howard, and I'm here to help. Visit me at 213 St. Clair Street in Frankfort, or visit my website at howardlawgroup.com. Life demands simple.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate.
Game of the Week is sponsored by Tommy Haynes for Mayor. Tommy Haynes leads by example, having served our country and his community in a wide variety of roles. As a former high school coach, Tommy is passionate about empowering and encouraging Frankfort's youth to be community leaders as well. Vote for positive change with Tommy Haynes on November 3rd.
Looking for trendy clothes on a budget? Come to the Clothes Closet, where our prices are sure to make you dance. We sell a wide variety of new or like-new clothing for kids, women, and men, as well as accessories, furniture, toys, and home decor. Everything in the store is in season and in excellent condition. To bring consignment items in, please call for an appointment. Come by and see us at 676 Comanche Trail and dance your way to some unbeatable prices here at the Clothes Closet. Why pay the difference if you can't tell the difference?
Game of the Week is brought to you by Family Dental Center, serving Frankfort for over 30 years with over 100 years of experience. Call us today for your next appointment at 791-8950. Family Dental Center, let us make you smile.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Anna Marie Rosen for City Commission. Anna Marie Rosen will work to increase transparency and honesty in our city government. She is experienced and is willing to do the hard work for you. Vote for Anna Marie Rosen now by requesting your ballot at govoteky.com. Paid for by Anna Marie Rosen for City Commission, a proven advocate for Frankfort.
Welcome back to Sauer Field. As you can see, Perez being taken off with the stretcher, and we certainly hope the best for him. And just to kind of bring you back up to speed on where we're at, 8-0 Western Hills with a touchdown and getting the 2-point conversion in the first quarter right after playing with the short field after a Frankfort High turnover. And 4 minutes and 7 seconds into this one, we're glad to be back underway, and we're glad to be with you. If you were with us since the beginning of the broadcast, you saw that intro that we had kind of referencing all the reruns that we've had to play here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week. We're really certainly glad to be back live with you here.
Yes, we are. It's just so good to have live sports back in town, and it's good to have them back here on Cable 10. We're thankful that the Frankfort Independent School System has allowed us to come in here and bring these games to people that aren't allowed to show up, you know.
We talked about having a little downtime to kind of think about it and rethink. That time, Western Hills trying to run the ball right up the gut. Frankfort High shut them down. So maybe we've seen a little bit of an adjustment by Coach Foley during that break and his defensive staff. And that's got to be tough. You're geared up to play in front of your home crowd for
a little movement there. Yep, they're going to whistle that.
At the start of the play.
Push it back a little bit more. We've seen Western Hills early on be willing to go to the air, and we don't know if for Engler as we get the call in.
Penalty against Western Hills, moves the ball back 5 yards.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here with a little bit more.
There it is.
Take a look at, I believe that was number 4 there, the
Rogers.
Receiver Rogers.
Yep, can't do that. So it's now 2nd and 16, 17.
Engler setting up again in the shotgun with the man on his right. Might air the ball out here. He may have to.
And he's flushed out of the pocket there by Williams, and he is sacked.
Yeah, part of the problem there is if you're going to be in the gun and you see there just ran out of options, and it was a good job by Williams to break through that time. But
Tayshawn Hamilton in there to finish him off.
But if you're going to come out of the gun and give that look like you're going to throw the ball, you at some point have to make the defense respect that you will actually do that.
There's Tayshawn.
Eventually they're going to come after you in the backfield, and they're just going to throw everything at you and get you. And that's what happened that time. Engler rolling out again.
He has some space, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
Engler around the right side, driven out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Nice look here from our handheld camera.
And with the lead, that's probably a good call. Even if you don't pick up the first down, you're going to have plenty of ability to hopefully pin them back a little bit with a well-placed punt.
4th and 18.
They'll have Dylan another year. He's just a junior.
Setting up to punt this time is Rogers. And I wonder if there's some kind of gamesmanship on both sides, having your one of your main ball carriers also be your punter, just to keep that special teams honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I think before the night's over, we're going to see a fake punt. I just think we will. And wow, that I know he wanted to kick it toward the sideline. I don't think he wanted to kick it that toward the sideline. A punt of only about 10 yards.
Now we'll see what Frankfort High can do as far as getting their offense going. They really haven't had much luck as of yet.
There's Don Miller, coach of the Wolverines. Probably a little disappointed with that series of downs.
I don't think you're going to find 2 more animated coaches,
Yeah.
demonstrative coaches in high school football than Coach Taylor and Coach Miller on those sidelines.
You know what? I think if it hadn't been the fumble by Ellis, I think this would still be a tie ball game, because both defenses, by and large, doing a pretty good job. Williams doesn't get much.
Yeah, Frankfort High's defense really woke up after the stoppage of play that we had. Did a good job standing Western Hills up.
I think that's Jacob Fields that came in there and finished him off for Western Hills.
Jacob Fields had a couple of rushing touchdowns last week. Rushing touchdowns, I should say.
Davis hands off to Williams. Big hole there, though, and he is going to be Doesn't get as much as I thought he got.
Yeah, it looked
He
like
was
he
in
was
the
just about to
backfield.
break that loose, and Western Hills managed to wrap him up. Coming in on the tackle there that
That's
time.
Fields again.
Yeah, Fields again. 3rd and 5. We'll see if they go back to Williams or they try to air it out. If they have the guts to do that again, the first couple of times that they've tried to go that route, they've tried to find Ellis. They tried to find Ellis last time and ended up throwing it in about triple coverage. So we'll see if they, we'll see if Davis has a little bit better luck this time. That's what they're going to do. He's got time.
Oh, that was
Ellis
probably pass interference, but they're not going to give it to him.
Ellis is screaming for the call, and I want to take a look at that. I don't know if he was going to get to the, well.
Boom, there's the contact. I mean, it was very close.
The ball was a little bit behind him, and that may be why they didn't blow the whistle, but yeah, I agree with you. That call could have gone either way.
So this will bring up a 4th down for Frankfort High.
And once again, Frankfort High not able to keep their defense off the field.
Jason Rogers back for the Wolverines. Ellis punting. Wow, that's a nice punt.
That's the second nice punt he's had.
And gets down inside the 35 to about the 33.
33-yard line where Western Hills will be starting 1st and 10.
I mean, if you're going to have a guy in there who's a punt fake threat and a bit of a decoy, it helps if he can actually put his foot under the ball.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a great weapon to have right there. Punters really can, they never get the credit, but they really can sometimes be the most valuable player on the team. Because if you don't have at least a decent punter, man, it puts your team at such a disadvantage.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, you know, it may not hurt you on one possession if you have continued possessions like that, and that defense just gets pinned further and further back. Eventually it catches up with them in their legs.
And there's a fumble by the Wolverines. A little mix-up, I think. Engler was trying to hand it off to Rogers, I think, back there. Nope,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, he just went through his legs. All right. Time has expired here in the first quarter. And we're going to go to break here in a second, but first we want to give a big shout out to Pizza Inn. Mark and the fellas over there are graciously supplied our crew with supper tonight. They've also provided pizzas to healthcare heroes, first responders. They take care of a lot of people, and we just want to say thank you very much for helping us out tonight. Thank you, Pizza Inn. They're over there on the east side in front of Kroger. Now we'll step aside and we'll come back with the second stanza right after this on the Game of the Week.
This bed's too hard. This bed's too soft. This bed's just right.
Because he bought his mattress at Pierre's Furniture and Mattress Shop. We offer free delivery and setup and free removal of your old bedding.
Come check out our new store. It's just right.
I'd like to invite you in to Pierre's Furniture at this time during our moving sale where the prices are just right.
Game of the Week is sponsored by Apex Small Engine Repair located on the east side of Frankfort at 859 East Main Street, Suite 3A. Apex services most gas-powered engines, push mowers, riding mowers, and zero-turn mowers, as well as handheld equipment. Home of the 3-pull rule, if your equipment doesn't start after 3 pulls, you better call Apex. 502-545-4053.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service, or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com.
Engler drops back, puts it up. Just a little bit out of reach. Galloway was the intended receiver.
Yeah, and you'll see here on the replay.
He may have slowed down right there. If he just kept his stride, if he had kept his stride, I think he would have caught that ball.
Yeah, just Frankfort High. Saw two players coming for Frankfort High, DeCallaway, and was just enough to put him off a little bit. And that one little half step is the difference between taking it in for 6 and an incomplete pass sailing 2 or 3 feet above your head.
3rd and 15.
Incomplete pass that time, and this is a second straight 3 and out for Western Hills.
Yeah, that was just a little bit out of reach of Austin Hortonberry.
I should say the last one wasn't a 3 and out. It was a 3 and out after we came back from the break.
Yeah. So, it's 4th down now.
The Frankfort High defense definitely doing their job. The offense is just going to have to step up to the challenge.
Rogers to punt. Can't tell who's back for Frankfort High. He's turned sideways, can't see his number. I think it's Carter, Larry Carter. Calls for a fair catch.
That could be Western Hills' ball. That definitely bounced off of, well, looks like Carter came up with it.
Somehow he got a hold of that. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that was a little Keystone Cops that time. The ball was almost kicked into Carter, and then let's take a look at it.
I mean, he calls for a fair catch, doesn't catch it, it hits
hit the
him.
ground, and then it hit him in the shin.
Yeah.
And then it was just, at that point, it's a live ball. Western Hills on top of it.
Yeah, once it hits him, it's, they lucked out there. They sure did.
We'll see if they can put something together on offenses. Again, going out of the shotgun is Davis. He's got 3 men right.
1 to the left, but he hands off to Williams, and Williams breaks a tackle, and
that's the first time we've really seen Williams get outside the tackle. As soon as he got pointed towards the end zone, had a little bit of space, you could see him turn on the afterburners. Huge gain right there.
Well, I'll tell you what impressed me was Jeffrey Parker, the Western Hills linebacker, was the one who finally chased him down.
We were talking in the break, Clint. Usually we see one player on these Frankfort High teams over the years that has the athleticism to just break the game wide open, and we're going to get an offside here.
Yep.
But that one player who's able to break the game open.
So that'll bring up 1st and 5 as the Panthers went on a delayed count and got the Wolverines to jump.
And that was a great play call as well.
Yeah.
Lining by Frankfort High, lining up and having Davis in the shotgun, and just a simple handoff and giving Williams a little breathing room in front of him to get started. And once he got ahead of steam, he was gone.
Well, it was a great play call on the delayed snap also, because Western Hills, they're pumped after giving up a big play, and they want to get back in there and make the Panthers pay for that, so they're chomping at the bit, and then to have something like that, so they jump off sides.
We've got Williams down now.
Oh,
check him out. That's not what you want to see.
No. Looks like it's some sort of leg injury, perhaps.
We'll hope for the best. It looks like he's going to be able to maybe get up. Just
he's going to trot off.
Maybe had the wind knocked out of him or something, or just kind of fell the wrong way. It does look like he's a little bit gimpy on that right leg.
Yeah, I think he'll be back in there.
Certainly hope so. I think it's really key here for Frankfort High, just from a momentum perspective, to at least get on the scoreboard here.
Yeah.
That'll be Jaden Morgan taking it in that time.
Not much. The Wolverines have a good couple of inside linebackers in Parker and Fields.
Yeah, and up until this play, or this sequence, their defense had really been kind of choking the life out of the Panthers, but that one big play by Williams really kind of broke things open. And trying to get a look at, see if I can see what's happening with Williams. Not able to see him thus far.
Well, I think he's down there on the sideline standing by himself. I think he's going to be fine. Davis
going to put the ball in the air. He's got a man.
That's a dangerous pass to Carter. He had two people on him. Could have been intercepted, but 4th and 2. Here it is again.
Thankfully, had two good looks at it that time, thanks to the crew that we have on here for Cable 10. If one camera can't get it, another one's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old Boston Garden where they had those seats where the pole would just be in the way.
I don't think he got there, did he? Did he get over the 10?
That's going to be tough. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he's short. I think it's going to be a turnover on downs.
And that's Williams back in the game.
They're bringing in the chains.
And if they put it to where his knee dropped, he won't get it. If they give him kind of the continuation where he fell, we'll see.
Tackle by Fields. There's a good look at him.
As you know, Williams back in the game now. Shook whatever the issue was off. He's right in front of our camera, so we will get a good look at this.
Last year, when these two teams played, it was a close game, too. The Wolverines won by 6.
By the nose of the football, they got it.
First down, Panthers. But that was a game that Coach Foley said they let it get away. They really messed up. They should have won that game. They let the Wolverines run back a kickoff or a punt.
Yeah, if I remember correctly in that game, Frankfort High scored off the opening kickoff and just really punched Western Hills in the gut. Western Hills that time showing a lot of kind of guts and nerve to stick with it and eventually got their first win of the season.
Now the Panthers are knocking on the door here with 9:20 left to go.
Giving it back to Williams again.
Yep, he's back in the game. Gets a couple or 3 yards on that carry. Maybe closer to 4 yards.
You can see Hills this time. They're loading up on the left side. I think they're afraid of having Williams bounce it out just like he did last time. We'll see if, well, they're going to, yeah, they're still going to load up just a little bit on the line. If you look at those linebackers, and they're coming.
Nice hard run up the middle by Williams. He just took off and went head first in there. Took about 4 guys to take him down. Picks up another 3.
Now you can tell he's in a groove now, Clint. The first couple of possessions for Frankfort High, he really just kind of couldn't get going, and I think getting him out in some space to start off this possession for Frankfort High was a good idea because got his legs under him, and now he's really been carrying them down the field.
If his wide receivers over to the left side can block, I think he can take it around the left side, but he went up the middle again. I don't know if he got the first down or not. They may have to bring in the chains again. Nope, he got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
First and goal from the 2-yard line.
From the, Ken Mitchell said the 2.
And this is big because you've had a good, solid sequence of possession, and I know they have a lot of players that play both ways, but you know, you're keeping the players that do specialize in defense off the field. He's going to roll that one in for the touchdown as Williams.
Now, Frankfort High will probably go for 2 here. Coach Foley said that, I said, you know, what do you think is your weakest point? And he said probably our kicking game. I don't think he meant punter because we've seen he doesn't have a problem in the punting department.
It's interesting, just looking at what they did the first week, you would think Frankfort High has a little bit of the more diverse as far as running and passing offense, but they've gotten these, they got that touchdown the old-fashioned way, you know?
Yeah, they just 4 yards and 4 yards in a cloud of dust, as they say.
And the misdirect, and they're going to get Ellis out wide.
And he gets it, ties it up, 8-8, as we see the coach's hand in the shot.
Another great play call at that
time. Everybody was keying on Williams.
Why wouldn't you be? He's carried
Oh,
straight
yeah.
up the middle of the last 5 plays. A great play call that time. Now we'll see how Western Hills bounces back from a little bit of the momentum swing here.
There we see Charlie Ellis. You got the 2-point conversion coming right at you there in the shot.
And another player Frankfort High wants to get moving and kind of get headed in the right direction. We take a look at the work that Zeno Williams was doing on that last possession.
Yeah, that was the big play, but the rest of it was 3 or 4 yarder carries.
Nice job by Ellis too to recognize where the defense was and just that little bit of athleticism with the cutback. There's Williams.
There's the touchdown.
Now we'll see how Western Hills responds. They've been kind of having it all their own way on offense, running the ball, kind of shortening the game, but the last 2 possessions, Frankfort High has been able to really kind of put the stop to that. So we'll see if Western Hills has to maybe start mixing things up a little bit. I believe we're going to have flag is down. They're going to have to kick it again.
On the field, outside against the Panthers.
Panthers were a little bit too eager that time.
Over on the east side, Franklin County leads Woodford County 20-0.
Woodford County will be the destination for this.
I don't see where they. Oh yeah, the guy on the nearest to the camera there was the one offsides.
I was going to say the Yellow Jackets will be the next opponent for this Frankfort High team in that game at Woodford County next week.
Yes, Franklin County very good this year. Wasn't he on his knees when he caught the ball?
There's Youngblood. He's got a lot of room to run. Nearly broke that one open as well. Great carry, but I'd like to see that again. I'm like you, Clint. Jaden Youngblood.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because I think he was down when he caught the ball. Let's see it right here. Here we go. Right there. Yeah, his knee's down. He's down at the 38. Now that's
about a 50-yard swing.
The officials missed that one. I can see why Coach Foley's so upset.
But I think he's also upset at his guys for not making the tackle.
Hand off there to Parker. He goes end around and puts his head down, gets to about the 10.
Jeffrey Parker down the right side.
Of course, we had the news out of college football that the Big Ten was actually going to start playing football again, and I think they may have started tonight here at Sauer Field. Both teams just taking the you might call it the industrial route.
Yeah, that's true.
To getting yardage.
They hand off to Parker again, and he's going to...
Just a couple feet short.
Not going to make it.
Gonzalez on the carry.
Parker, such an athlete. He's really impressed me here tonight on both sides of the ball.
And I do think with Engler on that possession where Western Hills got the touchdown, the amount of times he was able to bounce it outside, you have to respect that fake. So that time, didn't fake it, actually gave the handoff to Parker, and defense is kind of back on their heels a little bit.
Parker goes in motion this time. He gets the handoff again, but Tayshawn Hamilton was there to say hello just as soon as he got the ball.
The time Western Hills maybe going to the well one too many times there, but that was actually, you know, that give credit to the defense that time, adjusting and making the tackle. I believe it was a tackle for a loss.
You know, my guess is here, I'm looking up Jacob Ramsey. He's the one that's probably blocking Hamilton all night long, most of the time. Probably gets a little tired of it.
I imagine.
Like, man, I don't know if I can do this again. Oh, now
Great
we
tackle
have, that's Lucci Allen coming in there.
Looked like somebody may have just missed an assignment because Allen just came through completely untouched.
Well, that was a blitz, obviously. He stunted on that play. He got back there.
Yeah, it looked like.
Because Lucci is a defensive back.
Yeah, it looked like the blocker
I think.
that time may have been the guy we were seeing on camera right there, Rogers for Western Hills, but the blocker just didn't see Allen coming through, and he was kind of looking out wide to see who he needed to block and completely missed Allen.
Well, you know, when they're blitzing like that, that's, you know.
Yeah, well.
You're not expecting that guy to come up there.
And obviously we have the benefit of having 4 cameras and a kind of eagle-eye vantage point here.
Yeah.
We try not to forget that.
And we've got a whistle and a timeout by Western Hills with 5:07 left until halftime and the game tied 8-all. We'll take a break. You're watching the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
At Ideal Roofing, we respect social distancing, so we're offering no contact needed service. Simply call Ideal Roofing and we'll send a free photo report so your assessment can be handled safely and conveniently. Make the ideal choice. Ideal Roofing.
Welcome to Candy's Closet. I'm Candy, and I'd like to invite you to come shop here at Candy's Closet. We have name brand items up to 80% off retail. We feature men's and women's clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, and accessories. We're located at 706 East Main. Turn on Aspen Drive. See you soon.
Want a deal that's super sweet? Candy's prices just can't be beat. Shop at Candy's.
We're back to Sauer Field. 8-all the score, and Western Hills knocking on the door here.
Yeah, but it's 4th down, and they are not going to get it. And that ball's at the 11. That kind of tells me that they maybe don't have a lot of faith in their place kicker. Maybe
not a lot of faith in their place kicker, also not a lot of faith in their passing game.
No.
Because they had quite a bit of a ways to go, and they hadn't really been getting anywhere on the ground in that.
And they've only thrown the ball, what, once? Yeah. One incomplete pass tonight?
After those 2 big runs.
It was almost intercepted.
Those 2 big runs by Parker to get him kind of into the red zone there. They'd gotten really denied on 4 straight plays. Haven't been able to move the ball off the field.
Hand off to Ellis, I think it was, wasn't it? No, it was Williams again.
Williams on the carry.
Now Williams is just in a groove, and he's just going to run it right down their throats until they
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Second down.
And here we go again.
That time he's able to bounce outside.
And he
puts the ball on the
fumbles, but
ground.
he gets back on it. It popped right back up to him. Very fortuitous bounce. It's a good name for a band.
Fortuitous bounce?
Yeah, what do you think?
Sounds more like a genre of music than a band. That's it.
Okay.
That was actually a great play that time on defense. I believe that was Jeffrey Parker coming in and nearly got the strip.
Nice tight shot there, the quarterback. Sam Davis for the Panthers. He's just a sophomore.
They're going to go to Williams again, and that time wrapped up.
Good show of sportsmanship there to help him back up.
What'll be interesting to see, and we might see it on this possession, but the more Frankfurt High has success with just running it up the gut and maybe bouncing outside tackle a little bit is what that opens up for you if you make Western Hills really start to collapse on that and start to focus on that. You might start to see Frankfurt High take a shot.
Davis.
They're not going to do it if that's the result, but
They can't blame it on a bad snap. It hit him right in the chest. Maybe his solar plexus.
I mean, you tell him to aim for the numbers with those passes, but I don't know if that really translates to those snaps from center.
Actually, it hit him in the face mask, right between his hands.
Gotta give Davis some credit that time. Heads up play, just keeping his presence about him and falling on the ball. Third and long here, I think it's just might be a little bit of damage control right now. You're pretty close to halftime. You've had some luck stopping Western Hills offense. We'll see what they do. And they're gonna go for it.
Oh, up in the air, intercepted.
And that's the danger.
If it hadn't been tipped up in the air, good job by the Western Hills player that did that. And then the old tip drill comes into play right there, and Jason Rogers actually gets the interception. Who's the guy that gets his hand on it first?
Looked like it was number
that was
44.
that Fields?
Yeah, Jacob Fields with a big play that time. You could see they were going to Williams, but Williams was definitely covered that time and covered well.
So now the Panthers, 2.5 minutes, still a lot of time, and the Wolverines have 2 timeouts. They go outside, and that's a nice little pickup there.
That was Galloway.
We haven't called Gilead Galloway a lot. He had a big week last week, didn't he?
Yeah, had a couple of rushing touchdowns and got a couple of carries on the first sequences that Western Hills had to start out the game. And I think they've just had so much luck with Parker and a little bit of that, a little bit of Engler bouncing the ball outside, when his passing options break down, and he's going to put the ball in the air.
They're going to pass. Oh, it's picked off.
Yeah, that's Allen with a big pick off, and he's got some
If he can outrun Western Hills and not step on the sideline, which he did,
yeah, you saw
he would have been in for 6.
You saw it right as I was about to say it. He was trying to get outside that lineman to try to just wedge his way and cut it a little bit too tight. Still a great play that time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Jump up in the air.
He's a big, tall kid, and,
Let's see if we can see him step out of bounds here.
Yeah,
right there, and there, and there. And the coach is just like, oh, man.
Yeah. Kind of just ran out of room, didn't really have anywhere to go, so you can't really blame the player, but a great play by the senior.
He didn't want to get tackled, thought he could
and another two-way
thread
play.
the needle there.
Lines up a wide receiver. He'll take this sequence off. And, for Frankfurt High, kind of deflating way to turn the ball over, giving Western Hills such good field position. And now you're set, and
You know, I kind of thought that it would surprise me if they decided to put it up in the air.
Davis that time just didn't really see anything he liked, so he got a few yards on the ground and got about a minute left. So
they have all 3 timeouts. Frankfort High does.
Yeah, I'd say you're maybe about 20 yards from feeling really super safe right now and being able to kind of get creative with your play calling, but we'll see what they do.
Oh, he made the turn and lost the ball. What a play by Jason Rogers, and that is going to be a touchdown. What a turnaround here in the last 2 minutes of football.
I feel like I got whiplash, Cliff.
It's, wow. Big play here, big play there, turnover here, turnover there, interception here, interception there, fumble there. Nice catch.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
And then a strip by Rogers. He made a nice turn there.
And we've seen that a couple times from Western Hills defenders. Parker had a strip they weren't able to come up with it, and that time Rogers with a huge defensive play.
That one guy might have caught him. I didn't see who made that last block. That was a nice block on the one guy that was pursuing Rogers at the very end, and that.
Yeah, you never want your extra point to hit your line in the back.
Yeah, that's not good. Maybe that's why they didn't kick the field goal or go for it earlier. But they got 6 points out of the play, and they lead 14-8 with 42 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll take a break after Mr. Rogers scores this touchdown one more time. This is the game of the week on Cable 10.
Here at David Tolles Auto Pro, we know if people are driving right now, it's only for the most important reasons. And if their car breaks down, we need to get it back on the road. At Auto Pro, we want you to rest assured that we're doing everything in our power to keep you safe. We follow all recommended COVID-related safety guidelines when handling your vehicle. Our lobby and facilities are completely clean and sanitized every night, and we have touchless credit card processing. We appreciate your trust in these difficult times, and we want to thank you for shopping local. If you have to take it to somebody, you can take it to us. David Tolles Auto Pro.
Welcome back, folks, to McChesney Stadium here at Sauer Field in the heart of downtown Belle Point. John, I love watching the football game here.
Yeah, it's just it's a unique atmosphere.
Football field in the middle of a neighborhood, surrounded by houses and a church. The upback tried to take it, and he didn't get a handle on it.
I believe Western Hills came up with that.
Wow.
36 seconds left, and we got a little bit of a.
Yep, we got some flags flying, and.
I'll have to see what happened.
Ellis was a little slow getting up off the ground. Cameron Stone, the junior, was involved in that little.
Fracas.
Fracas. That's a good word. Another good name for a band. So the officials are talking it over. It looks like it's going to be Western Hills ball, but where is it going to be Western Hills ball? I didn't really see what happened. I only noticed it after flags started going up in the air.
Yeah, I was kind of looking on the other side.
Personal foul against Western Hills. Personal foul against Frankfort High. Offsetting. So they'll get the ball exactly where they fell on it, which was at the 35-yard line, slightly inside the 35-yard line. Here's the kickoff. Oh, I don't know if I thought Ellis had it and it was down, but maybe they're saying he didn't exactly have possession.
It looked like he was just short, maybe just a little bit slow to pick up on that. It's tough because you're almost having to kind of like be in two minds, and you can see the defense coming at you, and we're going to get another possible INT here. I think he got it.
I think so, too. Well, we've had a lot of pass completions, but most of them are to the wrong team. I think we've had more interceptions than actual pass completions, John. That's the third one, isn't it?
It's more turnovers than a bakery at 6 a.m.
Oh, my goodness.
That'll be my last idiom of the night.
Ellis, with that interception.
From the Frankfurt 19.
And there's 30 seconds. There's no telling how many more we're going to get before we get to halftime.
The funny thing, I'm thinking the way this game's been going, now might be a good time just to take a knee.
I think they may run on the clock here.
Yeah, Frankfurt High has not called a timeout yet, and I don't think they're going to, and they're probably just let the clock run out. And
I think Coach Foley will, at halftime, there will always be some motivated, inspired instruction, but I think he'll also be happy with the way his team's kind of fought their way back into this game.
Yeah. It's still a close game. I think the teams are fairly close, and the score, it's only a 6-point lead for the Wolverines. It's halftime. We'll be back with some highlights. We don't have any stats tonight, but we'll talk about
Coach
something. It might be entertaining. Who knows? All right, we'll talk about that. Game's getting more exciting by the minute. Stay with us, folks. This is the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
Classic Goldmaster Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Goldmaster Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
The Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. If you're looking for a financial partner who's going to match your passion and take you and your business across the goal line, Traditional Bank is for you. Locally owned, community-driven, and trusted since 1902. Make the switch to better banking. Traditional Bank. Member FDIC.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Jake Bonta for Jailer. Experience, leadership, responsible retention, and rehabilitation with over 19 years of law enforcement experience. Vote to keep Jake Bonta as your Franklin County Jailer. Paid for by Jake Bonta for Jailer.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and Traditional Bank is the fourth bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
Welcome back, folks. Clint Goins and John Piesheimer here on the Game of the Week. We are at Sauer Soccer Field, in case you don't recognize the surroundings, but I imagine most of you do. There was, there's some fans at the game, their backyard. They can be in their backyard and watch this game. That's a wonderful thing. I remember as a child watching some of these football games from my babysitter's backyard over there on Dabney Street. And we'd sit there in the end zone, watch the game, play a little football. So we've had some events here. This is a wicked hit delivered by Western Hills' Jeffrey Parker.
That was right after the touchdown that they scored off of that turnover, that fumble that we had right at the start of the game by Frankfurt High on their first possession.
So they had to bring in the ambulance, but we think he was at least in good spirits. That's good. And here's another
big hit. Yeah. And after that break, I think we saw a different Frankfurt High team come out. They got this big play here by Williams. They really kind of got them in motion and got their offense working a little bit, and Right there, you can see they went straight up the gut with Williams and just kind of ground it down, and then Ellis picking up the conversion here.
2-point conversion is tied up the game, 8-8.
And then Clint, everything went a little haywire.
Yes, things went a little wacky.
To see, that's might have been what Coach. That may have been the very play that Coach Foley got the flag over on his way back to the locker room.
Because that guy's knee was down and he gained like 30 yards that he shouldn't have been awarded. Then we have a tip drill interception.
It was kind of the start of the match.
For Western Hills. And then we have Frankfort High intercepting it. And doggone, if he hadn't stepped out of bounds, he would have had a score.
He's upset with himself. It's just,
he was pumped too. You can tell him he's pumped. And then
the pickled hand of fate.
We have we have another turnover, a pass completion to the correct team.
But that's that's a huge defensive play that time by.
What is he doing? Riding the bicycle? What's he doing?
People find a way, but just a huge defensive play by Rogers, and he earned that touchdown that he got, and that's the difference in the game right now.
That's right. That's where we stand, 14-8. We will take another quick break and come back and talk some more football here on, or other things. Who knows what we'll talk about, folks?
Solar plexis.
On the Cable 10's Game of the Week.
Hello, my name is Greg with the State Tree Service, the name you know and trust.
Over the past 60 years, the State Tree Service has become a name people know and trust in Central Kentucky. From tree removal, pruning, and stump grinding to debris cleanup, we are always available with our 24/7 emergency services. A State Tree Service is licensed and insured, and our mission is to provide safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. Give us a call at 502-229-5258 or go online for a free quote.
The Family Dental Center is open and serving Frankfort's patients in a safe working environment, following all CDC recommended safety guidelines. They now have an in-office miller that creates crowns in a day and a state-of-the-art 3D printer that provides higher quality models and allows patients to be away from the office. If you have any questions, call 502-829-7541. Family Dental Center, here to serve you.
Welcome back, folks. Clint Goins, John Piesheimer here. I want to say hi to my brother, Bob Goins, who is tells me he is sitting in the Bell Point Baptist Church parking lot trying to watch the game. And I'm going to remind him that, hey, buddy.
Yeah, Bob doesn't have a
it's
Facebook
on your
account,
Facebook, man. I don't know. Maybe he's like me and technology challenged.
Maybe he's just heard enough of you for a lifetime.
Well, that's probably true, too. But he could watch the game and turn the sound down, which I suspect half the viewers are doing anyway.
Hey, I don't know about you. I think this has been magnificent. And we're certainly just glad to be out here, and we're glad to be bringing this to everyone. We're in a situation where people can't get out en masse and watch these games, and it's a privilege for us to be able to be out here, and the few people that are here, and for all of us here at Cable 10 to be able to bring these games to you. And we appreciate everybody that's been watching, and looking forward to a big second half here.
Yes, we are. Who knows what's going to happen in the second half? If the second half is anything like the way the first half ended, it's going to be a crazy night. Yeah. But it's, I'm just happy to be here tonight, and
what perfect weather.
We are futurely, I made up a word. We are additionally blessed by it being a close game. We'll take another little break right here. We'll come right back at you. 14-8 here at halftime on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate.
Game of the Week is sponsored by Tommy Haynes for Mayor. Tommy Haynes leads by example, having served our country and his community in a wide variety of roles. As a former high school coach, Tommy is passionate about empowering and encouraging Frankfort's youth to be community leaders as well. Vote for positive change with Tommy Haynes on November 3rd.
We are back here at Sauer Field, McChesney Stadium, in a mostly empty stadium. We do have some fans on the near side, the Frankfort High side, because it's senior night. They did allow seniors to bring members of their household to the game, so they are here, but that's about it, folks.
And on the far side over there next to the church, you can see over there just kind of behind the visitor sideline, you see a lot of people standing on their cars, a lot of people finding a way to watch this. And this is the advantageous thing about this particular stadium, being in the middle of a town and not really kind of...
people in their backyards here on the left end zone.
Having a little bit of separation from the school and the school grounds, and you know, you have if there's a football game, people are going to find a way to watch it.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice night to be outside too.
Oh, it's great football weather. To be really good football weather, it would have to be a little more chillier, maybe, but it's not bad. It is not bad. There you see some of the people outside the gate in the church parking lot over there.
Making the best of it.
And they're dancing along to the school fight song with Ken Mitchell is playing over the loudspeakers here. Ken and Ron, they've been doing the games here at Frankfort High for, gosh, I think 25 years.
You see Western Hills cheerleaders here.
Yeah, they are here, and you may think, well, how come the West Hill cheerleaders here? There's no fans in their stands. Well, they're cheering for the team, so you know, the boys in green would like to have somebody cheer for them, you know. So we're about ready to start the second half. It looks like. Western Hills will kick off, but they're going to have the benefit of kicking off from the 45, or I think it's the 45. Maybe it's the 40.
Here's where that final turnover that gave the ball back to Frankfort High is huge, because Western Hills was threatening, and they got up by another touchdown. It completely changes the complexity of this. Now Frankfort High getting possession to start the second half, and they know they're in the fight.
But the Wolverines again getting the kick off inside Frankfort High territory because of Coach Foley's penalty on the way to the locker room at halftime.
It was a line drive, and if this were baseball,
almost
hit that up and back, and if it were a line drive in baseball, you would have said it ate him up.
Yeah. Almost fumbled again. So we'll see what the Panthers can do here.
We saw during the break over halftime, we saw Sam Davis out here getting a few more reps in, trying to get limbered up. So we'll see if they start to try to spread the ball around. They were doing that to a little bit of success and got their passing game going a little bit, just turnovers after the fact.
Yeah.
But as soon as I say that, they go right back to Williams up the middle.
Well, you know, if it ain't broke, as they say. But Williams has been stopped for no gain a couple of times in the last couple of minutes of the first half. But, you know, he gets about 3 there, and 3 yards
and it just wears that defense
will be
down.
enough.
Have to keep chasing.
Got a man in motion. They pitch. over here, and they don't get very much at all, if anything. That goes to Jaden Morgan, I believe it was.
No gain on the play.
Jaden Morgan had a pretty big carry in that sequence that saw Frankfort High getting into the end zone for their only score of the game. Now we're looking at
3rd and 7.
See if they try to go to the air again here. He's got trips out right.
Austin Hortonberry was in the backfield with Davis. They throw it up. He had him beat.
Yeah, he had his man.
The receiver had his man beat.
Davis may have rushed the pass a little bit. I think he heard footsteps.
Caleb Hawkins-Smith, had it been a well-thrown ball, would have had a touchdown.
Actually, I'm looking at that again. I think he got the space that he wanted, just didn't really get the kind of pass that he wanted. Left a little bit of a little too much oxygen under it.
So Ellis will punt it away here for the Panthers. Rogers
Just
back
brought
deep.
that one down.
Another nice punt by Charlie Ellis. Another nice Frankfort High roll, and
that was a great punt, especially under duress. It was a nice job just to bring it in.
Down to the 34 of Western Hills. So Frankfort High's first possession of the second half doesn't produce much. Still plenty of time.
I think both coaches will
high snap. Good job by Ellis to reach up and pull it down.
After the last 5 minutes of that first half, I think both coaches will just want to calm their players down a little bit. Let's just focus on some of the fundamentals. Let's hold on to the ball, just not do anything crazy, not turn the ball over.
Handoff to
that was a nice job.
It's not Parker, it's Rogers. I get them mixed up sometimes. Jason Rogers, he's a senior. They almost had him twice right there. And then right there.
That was a great little juke to get around that tackle.
Second down.
He did the little first down thing, but just about 3 yards short.
No, really about a yard short. In fact, well, actually, you look at the marker, but look at the ball. I think the second down marker is.
One, I say 3, so it's probably 2.
Well, look at the second down marker. It's not anywhere near where the ball was. But he's going to get the first down and more.
It's academic now.
Yes. Giving
Jason
chase
Rogers,
was Cameron Stone, but he was not able to get there.
For Coach Foley, you had the ball coming out of the second half. Went 3 and out.
Missed tackle right there.
In 2 plays, you're looking at a big old gap on that scoreboard. That was a great run, and like you said, a missed tackle. And as soon as Rogers found some space, it was over.
And there he goes again.
I don't know what you call that.
Riding his horse, riding a bicycle. I'm not sure what he was doing.
They're going to go for it here.
Going to go for 2, but not the cornfield spread this time, just the traditional.
You can't go to well too much with that.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to see it again, though.
Looks like they're just going to have England keep it, and he bounces it in.
I think he's going to be in there, yep.
Two-point conversion is good.
So the Wolverines are now up 22-8 in the early part of the second half. We'll step aside for a little bit. This is the game of the week on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Family Dental Center, serving Frankfort for over 30 years with over 100 years of experience. Call us today for your next appointment at 791-8950. Family Dental Center, let us make you smile.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Anna Marie Rosen for City Commission. Anna Marie Rosen will work to increase transparency and honesty in our city government. She is experienced and is willing to do the hard work for you. Vote for Anna Marie Rosen now by requesting your ballot at govoteky.com. Paid for by Anna Marie Rosen for City Commission, a proven advocate for Frankfort.
22-8 your score is. Sun has long since set here. A perfect night for football, as we've mentioned, and we're happy to be able to bring it to you here. Alongside Quint Goins, I'm John Piesheimer. Western Hills in short order taking control of this game. 22-8 your score on that touchdown run we just saw by Jason Rogers, and then quarterback Dylan Engler punching in the extra 2-point conversion.
Ellis takes it out to midfield.
Man, for such a little guy, Ellis able to drag a couple of tacklers along with him. And that's the perfect response for Frankfort High. Nice job that time. I thought, when I saw him get up without the ball, I thought maybe the fumble concern that they had in the first half had kind of reared its head again, but he was already down.
Davis hands off to Williams again. Williams picks up 5.
Down to the 45-yard line.
On that play we know so well, and Western Hills defense knows so well, but the Frankfort High offense executes
Let's take a
so
look
well.
at this. Again, it looked like Western Hills just kind of, they've been really focusing on that and didn't get the punch out that time, but you can see kind of what their MO is right there.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that strip, and they're trying to make Frankfort High make mistakes.
I'm surprised you don't see more players. Maybe they don't teach it anymore, but you know they used to teach to have 2 hands on the ball. You know, one on top, one on bottom. Carry it in the middle of your body.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Davis with the keeper that time, just nothing there. I think Western Hills here in the second half have done a good job of kind of tightening up in the middle, because they had been kind of getting burned there for a lot of the second quarter. But overall, their defense has really stepped up to the challenge tonight, especially that front line.
Nice pass. Nice tackle, too, but it's a first down.
That was a great catch that time by tight end Elijah Walker. Just catching it, and he knew he was going to get the hit, brought it in.
He's a senior, honored here tonight on senior night.
And you're right, Quinn. Nice little hit that time by Rogers to make sure they didn't get anything more than that first down.
Yeah.
Frankfort High starting to mix things up a little bit, though.
Williams goes ahead for a 2 or 3.
Down to the 37-yard line.
The thing about it is when you start passing the ball around a little bit, kind of making this, you know, I don't want to call them simple little passes, but, you know, those passes forward for about 5 or 6 yards, just, you know, passing it outside. We've got an issue going on with the Western Hills player.
Yeah, we've got somebody down over there.
Don't know whether it's a cramp or what.
We can get your short passes working. That opens up the offense so much, opens up the playbook, and makes the defense play more honest. They really can't.
And with a playmaker like Williams, able to just punish you through the middle the way he can, if you can just spread that defense out a little bit more, you know, it really gives you a lot more flexibility, and we'll see if that continues. But we got a player down for Western Hills right now.
We're not real sure, but we think it is Jacob Fields, and if so, if he has to come out of the game and unable to return, but he's up pretty quick. So
it was really kind of strange what happened. I only just caught the end of it. It looked like it looked like it may have been something like a cramp or something.
Was he involved in the tackle?
May have been. He's pretty upset about something. Yeah, let's take a
here
look
we
at
go.
this.
Here's the hit right here. Yes, he was. Helmet to helmet. So maybe a little concussion going on.
Well, it's
concussion protocol, perhaps.
Yeah, he's not right.
You know, you see him finally just go to the ground.
Yeah,
I was like, I need to not be in the game.
Again, that's
so
similar thing that we saw in the first half with Pires for Frankfort High. It's just not what you want to see, but certainly hope for the best for him.
Hand off to Williams this time. Western Hills Jeffrey Parker goes on a little blitz and takes his pins out from underneath of him.
Again, that Western Hills work at the line of scrimmage really just making it hard for Frankfort High to get anything through the middle, at least on this possession. Going for it here. He's got a man. Looks like he may have been out of bounds. I'll be interested to see if they call this. They're going to say it was a completion.
All you got to have is 1 foot inbounds in high school. And yes, he did.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Nice pass, nice catch. Big play for Frankfort High.
A nice shot here by Mr. Ben Williams down there on the sideline.
Yes. Showed his feet and everything.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, Ben. 1st and 10 from about the 11. A little bit beyond the 11. And off to Williams. No, it wasn't Williams. I'm sorry. That's not 3. That is 23. Jaden Morgan.
Near the 7-yard line.
I don't know, whoever made these rosters needs to be fired. They should have put them in numerical order.
Yeah, not alphabetical order. We won't mention who that was.
Just for the sake of confusion, it was me that put together the rosters. Out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, the KHSAA website has them in alphabetical order. Wow, Williams just runs over
that had a little
McGahee.
That had some brought back some memories of Bo Jackson and Brian Bosworth there.
He just puts his head down. Way to keep his knee off the ground, barely.
He has done it all for Frankfort High tonight on the offensive end. It's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
So Frankfort High has made it a 1-possession game.
And their perfect response to giving up that quick touchdown.
And
this one's gonna be dead, but as I was saying, the perfect response for that giving up that quick touchdown to Western Hill is just coming in, having a good sustained drive, shaking it off, and taking those points right back off the board.
We'll see what this call is. Perhaps an offside or illegal procedure. I'm not sure what the hands behind the back means. I apologize. And I think whenever they make that safe signal, it's unsportsmanlike conduct, I think.
I think whatever it was, I don't think Coach Foley is quite in agreement with it. As you can see right there, he's kind of making his point.
We'll see.
Don't know that it's going to have a lot of influence over the decision.
That may be a 15-yarder too, so that's
yeah, for a team like Frankfort High that's kind of been getting yardage in small doses, that's going to make it a lot harder for them to get this conversion.
okay. They're off. The hands behind the back is sideline interference.
Another sideline warning for Frankfort High. They got
So
one on the first
I
down
think
too.
the penalty's offset.
Okay.
Pass into the corner, broken up there. It was a well-thrown ball, but a good job.
Yeah, it was great coverage that
by
time by
McGahee over there to break up the pass. Dylan McGahee for Western Hills.
So we're halfway through the third quarter. We're pretty much where we started. Deficit-wise, Frankfort High still looking up at a 8-point deficit.
All right, here's another look at that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and like you said, Clint, just a great job by McGahee to...
Good timing. Stick his hand up there, knock it away.
And you saw for the split second that Davis decided to make that throw. He had his man, but McGahee did a good job to recover and get in front of the ball. We set up to kick it off here.
William Lairson, Lairson, is the kicker for the Panthers.
Lucci Allen had kind of been setting up both sides there, but managed to get back on the right side of the line. But we're going to get a flag here. I don't think it went to 10 yards.
Well,
let's see.
That's okay. If it doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure it has to. If
well, he caught it. You're totally
well, and the Wolverines could decline it. I thought, or I think, I could be mistaken. It's Hunter Carpenter that caught the kickoff.
Oh, you see offside right there.
Yep, there it was again, offside. That's the second time that's happened, and it's the second. I don't know if it's the same player, but it's the same position that did it.
Morgan just trying to get a little bit ahead.
So, and Western Hills does get a little benefit out of it here.
Oh, yeah. Great field position.
Number 42, Clay Woodson, a junior, carries it up near the 30.
First and 10, Wolverines.
And really just kind of took what the coverage gave him that time.
Yeah, yeah.
What's interesting to me that I like to see, as I look out into the little crowd that's massed here, we've had a few people watching the game on our phones. We like to say hello to all those people that are watching our stream and seeing the action live at the same time. We appreciate your support.
Well, that's the good thing that you have about watching the game online or on TV, on cable, is that if you're here without your phone, then you don't get an instant replay.
That's true.
We provide you that, and sometimes we can give you angles that you don't have, can't see.
Occasionally, the announcers will give you the correct score.
Or say something insightful. But, you know, that's really low on the totem pole. It's not going to happen very often.
There's Galloway with a lot of space to run.
Yes. He gets inside the 10, I believe. Big pickup here. So
a few times he's gotten the ball. He's been able to really slash through and hurt the Panthers. Those runs around the outside. He had one of those in the first half, too. Got a lot of speed.
You know what happens whenever he hurts his hand?
What's that?
His mom puts a balm in Gilead's hand. Boom. Okay. I'll stop. That was really a bad joke.
I think the official is going to throw a flag on your joke that time.
Illegal procedure.
Play against the Wolverines. Moves the ball back 5 yards.
what they used to call backfield in motion.
Yeah, that was Galloway on the left side.
Which is a great song if you ever heard that song. Backfield in motion. It's an oldie but a goodie. Look it up.
Engler just barely brought the ball in that time, but it may work to his advantage. He's got some space to run.
He got a little block out there, a little help. Gets it down to near the 5.
Back on the keeper on the broken play around the left side, driven out of bounds by the Panthers.
Good play by Engler.
And I said it earlier, you know, we've seen Engler get outside on those keepers, and you know, with a player like that, it's easy to say he's not, he doesn't throw the ball that often. They don't look to air it out. You know, you'd figure to be able to stop him, but honestly, like, he's got so much speed, and he's very crafty, you'd call it. A lot harder than you'd think it would be.
Handel off there for a short gain to Jason Rogers.
We're looking at third down here. Can't see.
Yeah, third and about 3, maybe 4. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I'd say more like the 4. 4.5 even. There's that wonderful pole that we have had here at Frankfort High for the longest time. Again, a low snap by Engler, and this time he's not going to be able to do much with it.
He's just able to scrape it up.
Williams got in there to make sure. On the last play that Engler scrambled, Williams was just getting up off the ground from being blocked, and Engler ran right past him before Williams knew what was going on. Little gimpy coming off the field there. So it's going to be 4th down. What's West Hills going to do?
Well, I mean, they've only tried one time bringing the place kicker out here, and I think whoever's back was hit by that probably is going to have a welt for a while. Put it in there with a little bit of force. So.
The ball's on the 7-yard line. They've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They get a block, and they're going to throw it, and it's broken up. But there's a penalty. I think I saw a flag. Did I not see a flag?
Yeah,
by the sideline
official? I didn't see the flag, but I saw Engler kind of pumping his fist. I think he thinks he's going to get another
shot at it.
Another shot at it.
Could be pass interference.
On the field.
That's what we've got. Pass interference. And that is not only, it moves the ball half the distance of the goal, but the really bad part, it makes it a 1st down again.
And I think also a bad part is that he was nowhere near catching that ball. That hit was going to have no bearing on the proceedings.
So the Wolverines will have 4 brand new chances to punch it in from about the 4-yard line. Low snap again. Handoff up the middle.
I believe that was Miguel Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's the first time we've called his name tonight, I think.
Gonzalez on the carry.
Usually a tight end.
2nd down.
But lined up as a fullback, I think, that time, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been lined up as a fullback for a lot of the snaps on this possession. Just kind of alternating between decoy and kind of running as maybe that lead blocker for when Engler tries to bounce the ball out outside. We certainly saw quite a bit of Gonzalez that time.
Well, we've got some more discussion of the officials, and I think they're saying, what, did he fumble it? Is that what it was? Did he fumble the ball? Because I think the official just pointed 1st down to Frankfort High.
They haven't changed the yard markers yet.
So Western Hills has called timeout, and Coach Miller wants an explanation, and the Frankfort High offense comes onto the field.
Coach Miller is furious.
Yeah, and
be restrained by his players.
Yeah, Parker in there trying to say, don't hurt us, don't hurt us, coach. Don't make it worse than it is. We've got them deep in our own territory. Let our defense do its job. We might get a turnover here. I mean, the ball is on the 3 or 4 yard line. Frankfort has to go a long way here to get a
And we've seen
score.
Western Hills be able to break through that line and tackle for losses. There was a big tackle by Parker on that last drive by Frankfort High. Coach Miller still arguing his point there on the sideline. Oh.
Well, that's
so they're thinking now
I
that
thought
was a turnover on downs. Okay.
Okay. All right. I got you. Well, then.
So it looked like we had a turnover on downs that time as it was a pass interference. As we've got a reception that time, a big game.
Charlie Ellis.
Yeah, that's just a huge play that time. Davis able to finally get that long pass, and they started to. They found that in their offense here in the second half. We had one on the last drive, and now that one, and that got the Panthers out of a huge jam, being backed up to their own goal line.
Now, apparently, what happened was both myself and the guy holding the yardstick earlier assumed the pass interference would make it a first down. There's the pass interference call.
Yeah.
But he calls fourth down.
But, in everyone's defense, the yard marker said
first down. I thought it was first down. The scoreboard said first down. So that's why Coach Miller was upset, and I thought that was the rule. I'm pretty sure it's the rule in professional football, but, the rules are a little bit different in the different levels. So the official did say fourth down, so they didn't get it.
Going to go to the air again here this time. And
out of reach, but that would have been picked off if Ellis hadn't stuck his hand out and knocked it down.
Yeah, it was just a little bit behind Ellis that time, and Davis made that great completion to Ellis down the side, and we've got another flag here, and this one's on the Western Hills, I believe. I believe Coach Miller finally got that flag he's been looking for.
Well, I'm not sure it's him or if it was on
maybe not
number 23, because one of the players, Hortonberry, may have said something.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike against the Wolverines, and that's a 15-yarder. So that'll be another first down for Frankfort High.
And it's a close game. You've just given up a huge play, but you got a good first down defensive stop. Now,
yeah, Frankfort High is
in 3 plays. Frankfort High is halfway down the field.
Yeah, they've moved the ball over 40 yards, but Williams not going to get anything this time. Not even technically going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but they may give it to him.
He's still down right now. It was a great initial pursuit that time by Jeffrey Parker, number 18. Williams is still down, and that is a player that the Panthers can ill afford to miss as they try to claw back this 8-point deficit.
Maybe a hamstring pull or a hip pointer or something like that.
Official time on the field.
A little cramping, we don't know.
Yeah, and we mentioned cramp, but it's it's a cool night. Not really typically the weather in which you'd see that.
Right. So anyway, both teams have gone to their respective huddles. We'll take a quick timeout and be back here on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Toll's Auto Pro.
Welcome back, folks. McChesney Stadium, Sauer Field, the home of the Frankfort High Panthers, and they trail, as you can see on the scoreboard, by 8 points, but with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, they can have this game tied up. They've got the ball right now, and they've been moving it thanks to some penalties and some big plays.
Davis had 3 men out wide, but he's going the opposite direction. Didn't see what he liked and got a little bit of that yardage back that they lost on first down.
I think he wanted a face mask call or a horse collar call or something. Didn't get it. I didn't argue it too long, but he wanted something.
Williams
Getting
on
out
the
of
sideline here. They're just trying to kind of work something out in his legs.
Getting out of bounds, stop the clock. We got 1 second remaining here in the third. And
you could tell right there. He saw Ellis. He had a flash of him and just didn't put enough on it to get over top of Rogers. And Rogers doing a perfect job of getting in that passing lane and anticipating that. And another turnover for Frankfort High.
That's at least his second interception of the evening. I thought it was going to go deep, but he didn't. He threw it short and it was an interception.
Didn't. I mean, it's tough because you don't want to just kind of throw one up, leave too much underneath of it, but just didn't put enough under it. So.
Fourth quarter coming up here on the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
Here at David Toll's Auto Pro, we know if people are driving right now, it's only for the most important reasons. And if their car breaks down, we need to get it back on the road. At Auto Pro, we want you to rest assured that we're doing everything in our power to keep you safe. We follow all recommended COVID-related safety guidelines when handling your vehicle. Our lobby and facilities are completely clean and sanitized every night, and we have touchless credit card processing. We appreciate your trust in these difficult times, and we want to thank you for shopping local. If you have to take it to somebody, you can take it to us. David Toll's Auto Pro.
Game of the Week is sponsored by David Toll's Auto Pro. David Toll's Auto Pro is open regular business hours and is dedicated to keeping you safe and back on the road with contact-free drop-off. Pickup and delivery is also available. Disinfecting nightly all areas. Following all safety precautions. Vehicle sanitizing service also available. Call 502-352-2988 or 502-352-2205.
Welcome back, folks. Want to give another shout out to my brother Bob, who's watching from the church parking lot. He's standing in the bucket of an aerial lift right under the light post at the 50-yard line.
Necessity breeds resourcefulness.
Oh gosh. Oh, yep, that's Bob Goins, folks, right there. He'll find a way, one way or the other, to watch this game. Oh, my goodness.
Western Hills with a big interception to close out that third quarter.
Wolverines.
Now they draw Frankfort High. Well, they stop play, so maybe a false start. Nope. You're going to call it offside, I think.
I was not looking at the wide hat, so they just moved it. Yeah, they moved it 5 yards, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's offside, against Frankfort. Got him to jump.
Here's the handoff straight forward. I believe that was
Is that Rogers?
Rogers going straight up the middle.
Picks up about 3.
Now Western Hills, and it's still really early to start kind of clock management, but
yeah, they were pointing at the clock. I thought they were saying we got a first down, but no, they were pointing at the clock. The clock hadn't started. So
there's Parker. He's got room to run.
yes, he does.
Got outside. We're going to get a horse collar, I believe, there.
Brought down by, is that Damian Chadwell? A junior defensive back for Frankfort High. But
we'll see what the call is here.
Yep. Horse collar. I've forgotten how many yards that is. I think it's
personal foul, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently so, or it's like it. 15 yards, yeah. It's a big one. Well, you know, the thing is he really had the hold of his shirt. He didn't really have the hold of his pads.
Can't pull that one in.
Through his legs. That ball, that was a low snap.
They've been having a lot of problems with those low snaps, England.
Yeah, he has.
Player under center.
Nice show of sportsmanship by Tayshawn Hamilton of Frankfort High to help him get up off the ground. You can see him back here and just picks him up. Nice job.
Second and 21.
There's Coach Craig Foley of Frankfort High, and there's Coach Don Miller of Western Hills.
Looks like that's Ian Newton, number 54, is
good snap that time.
Rogers bouncing off a tackler, pushing it forward.
It's about 6, I think.
This is exactly what Western Hills wants right now. It's too early to really start getting into as far as like clock management, but you're just getting a good solid drive, picking up yards about 4 or 5 at a time, keeping the clock running, grinding down that Panther defense.
Up the hill on the east side of town, Franklin County leads Woodford County 26-14. It's in the second half, but I don't know much more than that.
Steve Galloway's going to get it right up the middle.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough for a first down. There was a lot of east to west, not a lot of north and south running.
Carry down to the 23-yard line.
Fourth and 13.
Fourth and 12.
Oh, sorry, 4th and 12.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I just saw that one stick there, and 4th and 12. What are they going to do? They're too close to punt, too far to kick.
The pole was in the way, Clint.
Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
The pole was in the way. It's part of what makes this a unique place to watch a game.
I think I'd look for a long pass play to the corner of
number 30
near the goal line.
Is in single coverage if you can find him and have the nerve to pass it.
Yep. Intercepted, but that is as good as a punt.
That's going to be interesting right there. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a...
Did they throw a flag, though? Here. I don't think they threw a flag.
Yeah, I don't think there was really anything wrong.
But they did kind of pick him up and throw him down.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get the guy down. I think maybe
they did it a little
bit too spirited.
Oh, there is a penalty marker on the field. Yep, there it is. I see the far side. So, they just couldn't bring him down. So
it really depends on when the whistle was.
Yeah.
They're doing that after the whistle, then, you definitely don't want that to happen. But if the whistle hasn't blown, that's what they teach
even
you.
after the whistle is down, you don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That could draw a penalty even after. But yeah, that'll be a 50. The Wolverines had him down at like the. Oh, we have the audio. Let's see if we can hear the whistle.
Pass is intercepted. First and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So they got the penalty even after the whistle blew, so to speak, because they already had it up in the air.
What was the show? They used to have the segment, "You Be the Judge." Okay.
Williams on the carry out to the 24-yard line.
But they had, that was a great. What he'd been better off doing, quite frankly, for his team would be not to catch that interception. It's hard to tell a high school kid that.
Yeah.
Because if he just let it hit the ground, then they would have had the ball up here at the 22 or wherever the line of scrimmage was. But instead, they are back up there again, but they've had to get it via a penalty.
And I think you don't want to leave anything to chance. And yeah, you're right. After we watched it, I mean, the whistle blew in the midair, doing exactly the right thing. You play till the whistle,
Yeah. Ellis with the catch and gets maybe a yard or two. Yak yards, they say. Yards after catch. Actually gets more about 4 or 5 yards after the catch.
Yeah, Ellis doing a good job that time. He has that ability to make guys miss.
But it didn't get, he caught the ball so far behind the line of scrimmage, they really didn't get much of a gain at all. Davis goes deep.
If we can get there, and we're going to have.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
What a lucky play. What a lucky play.
That's great. Brutal for Engler that time. He was the one on the coverage.
Caleb Hockensmith.
I believe it was, it was Caleb Hockensmith and Engler both on the coverage that time. Or Engler coming in after the play, but you're right, Hockensmith just.
I don't think he would have caught it if Engler hadn't tipped it into his hands. And a big first down for Frankfort High.
Yeah, it was number 5, Gage Hill. I apologize. Gage Hill with the great coverage, but just couldn't close out on it, and just one of those unfortunate things.
Williams, we haven't seen Williams carry the ball in some time, but maybe that's why, because the West Hills defense is they finally figured out how to stop him for no gain.
Well, in the last possession, he did come off a little bit with a little bit of an injury. He's back in the game now, which is good to see.
Franklin County has scored again. They now lead by 20, 34-14.
Last time I saw an interception turned into a reception like that, Guy Morris had just gotten some Gatorade dunked on
him. Nice pick up there for the Panthers. Who was that on the carry?
That was Williams.
We got a player slowly getting up for Frankfort High. That's number 64, Cameron Brooks.
Take a look at the replay here. Williams just, again, bowling over a guy.
Yeah, I think Cameron Brooks got his leg kind of stepped on, bent over. But he's a senior, enjoying senior night, hoping for a win.
Williams, he's got space. He'll have the first down and more that time. And flag coming in afterward.
And if this is against Western Hills, we'll see what the call is, but if it's against Western Hills, that could get them near the 5.
Yeah, let's take a a look at this. We got a helmet-to-helmet hit. It looks like.
We'll see after the official. Well, nope, we'll see it right now.
Coming in right here.
Right there.
That was Jaden Youngblood coming in.
Didn't even try to wrap him up. He just hit him with his head-to-head. Yeah, that's a good call. Good pickup by the officials.
Good pickup by our crew on the field and in the truck.
Yeah.
And Williams still kind of shaken up by that.
And that, don't they throw you out of the game for that in college?
Well, that's. I think so. I think we've actually seen players get.
We're getting news from the truck. We got a lot of smart folks in there, and they tell us that it's an option in the college game. It doesn't automatically happen. They review it, and they see if it was, I guess, intentional or something like that, and then they can eject someone. But
Williams has had such an influence on this game, and hope that he's all right. And first of all, and if so, that he could kind of continue to be able to play at the level he's been playing at for Frankfurt High. But first off, you want to make sure he's okay, and especially for a helmet-to-helmet hit and any kind of contact to the head, you don't want to take any chances.
So he's being helped off the field.
Number 3 is Zeno Williams.
What a game he's had. 2 touchdowns and just really been just the fulcrum for this Frankfurt High offense.
The good thing is we saw Fields for Jacob Fields for Western Hills. He came out of the game with, what we thought might be a concussion, but I think he's back in there now, number 44. There's the guilty party, as it were, Jaden Youngblood. But
it's tough to see that time. It may have been one of those situations where you're kind of already going in, and
but that'll put the ball.
Maybe they deemed it to be unintentional.
That'll put the ball. What is that? At the 11.
Zealous. Nice job to make somebody miss.
And he's still on his feet. He's going to take it in. Bounces around, finds the hole, and goes through it.
Craig Foley's other big weapon on offense coming through when his first weapon goes to the bench. Charlie Ellis running in that touchdown, and 2-point conversion ties this one up.
Wolverines had him a couple of times. I thought right there they had him, and then.
What a great job that time. It looked like on that play, Jason Rogers had him lined up and maybe stumbled just a little bit when he was setting up to make the tackle, and that was just enough to give Ellis space to break out and pick up the 6.
We got a 2-point game, folks. Frankfurt High could tie it up here if they can get across the goal line with the football.
Got 2 men out right.
And he throws it up. Oh, he's got a man open.
And he didn't
he didn't catch it. Broken up. Broken up by.
It looked like he may have just dropped it. Or he may have caught it and they knocked it out of his hand. It was just a strange play, and it was kind of on the opposite side from us. So I really didn't get to see it.
That was Rogers back in there. We'll probably see it again on instant replay.
That was a big miss for Frankfurt High, and you can tell it on the face of Craig Foley there.
Great job by Davis, though, to pick up the ball, throw it up, and yeah, I think you're right. I think it just went through his hands. It went through his hands before.
Well, I think he saw Rogers coming and really wanted to protect it and not fumble it once he got hit, because he knew it was going to get hit, and just that split second of thinking about what's going to happen after you make the catch, results in you not making the catch.
5:08 to go. Your score,
It's
Western Hills 22.
Tough one to drop, but
20.
5:08 left and
2-point lead.
A long way to go here.
Here's another look at it. Really good job by Sam Davis.
Great job by Davis. Just great poise that time. And how many times do you see that too, especially in the high school game where you have a situation where a player just it's kind of a broken play, and when the play gets broken for the offense, but it bounces fortuitously, then the coverage it's difficult for the coverage to kind of
they think oh, hey, look at there. And they don't realize that for the offense, it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, plus it's just, when the ball goes in a direction nobody's expecting, the coverage doesn't have time to react. But that time, Parker, I believe it was number 4, wasn't it? It was Jason Rogers, did just enough to put off the receiver.
Adrian Spencer kicks it past the Western Hills team, but it goes out of bounds. That'll be a penalty, and I think they will get the ball on the 35. They have the option. They could make him kick it again, but most of the time they don't. They just say, 35 not too bad. We'll take it. No guarantee you'll get the 35 if he kicks it again. As you can see on the scorebook there in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, both teams have all 3 timeouts. Coach Foley directing his team from the sideline. Oh my goodness. Can Frankfort High catch him? Lucci Allen cannot.
Lucci Allen and
touchdown, Western Hills.
Ellis that time trying to chase him down, but nobody was going to catch Parker that time. Parker has had such a big game for Western Hills. No flags on
big
that.
Hole, too. Big hole to run through.
Number 55 right there with just a great block. That was Austin Keith on the line. And we've talked about Western Hills' line and what a great job they've done, both offensive and defensive line, and you saw it again right there.
That hole was so big, even I could have walked briskly through it.
Would you have gone the other 70 yards?
No, man, are you kidding? I just stopped at about the 40-yard line and taken a knee.
It's tough for Frankfort right now.
Yeah, they just scored and, back in this game, and
it's a crazy sequence of events that we've had here in the last couple minutes as we see this catch right
here. It's been a game of, it's at the end of both of these halves, it's just been really strange plays happening.
It may just be a situation where the nerves got kicking in, as you saw that big catch by Hawkins back, and then fate giveth, fate taketh away. As, that one fell to that was number 2 for Jacob Haskins. That big run up the right side that we just saw. And at that point, it's a foot race, and foot race with the guy with that much speed and a head start.
Yeah.
There's not much catching him at that point.
I don't know a lot, but, some college is going to benefit by offering Jeffrey Parker a scholarship and him accepting this next year, because he can play pretty well on both sides of the ball.
See what happens right now. Just completely shut down that time, and that was a great job by number 74 from Frankfort. That is
Tayshawn Hamilton.
We called his name all night. He did a great job pursuing Engler that time. Didn't give up on it. Forced Engler to just get rid of it, and it's still a 1. It's still a touchdown, 2-point conversion.
He's got some speed for a big guy, you know it?
Yeah, that was just a
he closed in quick.
And, pursuing, but not doing anything illegal that time, and keeping Frankfort High in this game. And, you know, as crazy as the game's been, there's no telling what's going to happen. So
I think next football season he'll be playing on Saturdays as well somewhere.
So now Frankfort High is going to get the ball. They've shown an ability to go to the air. I'm looking, and Azino Williams still on the bench, and he's probably looking like I
don't think we're going to see him. Yeah.
I think his pads are off. I think he's not going to be a factor, and he's been so huge for them. But
that really hurts.
Step up now.
That really hurts Frankfort High a lot, and I'm sure they would give up that 15 yards they gained on the penalty to have Zeno back in the game.
And our kickoffs have been crazy, so we'll see what happens here.
Taking it about the 25.
All right, breaks a tackle. He's going to get the ball came out, but he was already down.
That was Jaden Morgan, the sophomore, on the carry. Gets almost to the 40.
And there it is. You get some good field position, or not bad field position. There's something that Frankfort High can work it with here.
Only down by 8. We've seen them come back recently, but that big play, quick score by Western Hills.
Right down the middle that time, and they handed it straight forward. That's number 37 for Frankfort.
Parks Presley. He too is a senior. That may have been the first time we've called his name tonight.
I believe it is.
Second down.
But a nice little gain on first down. He'll line up in that fullback spot. 3 men out right for.
They give it to him again. And he fumbles the ball, but Frankfort High may have been able to get back on it.
Yeah, it was Presley with another nice gain on second down and had the first down. I think right now they're telling Presley, get down and protect the football. The sideline is.
Yeah.
They got by with it that time.
See, he's carrying the ball with.
But
at the very end, he takes that one hand off, and that's how it got stripped.
He had it with 2 hands. In there,
Yep.
making the big play. That's something Western Hills, you can tell the coaches over there are instructing those players and drilling them to do, and they've knocked the ball out a few times tonight.
Make that tackle, try to pull those arms back, and that's what he did.
Western Hills lining up really close to offside right now on the right side.
And that's over Davis's shoulder.
Yeah,
falls on it.
Do with it because the blitz was coming from number 52, lining up out right for Western Hills. That's I'm looking through my roster here. That is Alan Schultz, the senior.
So what was 1st and 10 is going to be 2nd and about 18.
Long way to go, but we've seen Frankfort High able to pick up in this second half a lot of yards through the air, but you always run the risk. They've also given the ball away a lot of times that way.
Yeah, thrown a few picks. Puts it up and, that was dangerous. That was dangerous.
Dangerous.
Javen Haskins was the last person to touch it for Frankfort High. Number 2, there he is. He's a sophomore.
And right there, that pass right down the middle, that was dangerous from the
lot of white jerseys in there. A lot of white jerseys. I don't think the pass was intended for Haskins, but he at least was able to knock it away before the Wolverines intercepted it. And an incomplete pass, of course, stops the clock. Frankfort High has 2 timeouts remaining, as you can see. Only 2:43 left on the clock.
3rd and 19 here, winding up 2 men, 1 man wide on each side, 2 guys in the slot there. And
they're going to pass again deep, and that is knocked away.
Well covered that time, and that time that was Gage Hill.
Gage Hill out there in the coverage.
Made that bait nearly stop that fell into the hands of Hawkinsmith, and that time he was able to make the play, as we see on the replay there. And that was,
actually hit him in the head.
Yeah, number 4, Rogers there. It really looked like he, you're a little bit more familiar with the rules than I am.
Let's see this
it looked like
again.
It could have been an interference call to me, and that's huge if that goes the other way.
Well, you really can't tell for sure that Rogers touched him. Really.
Yeah.
He's very near him, but you can't tell he touched him. They throw it up again, right up the middle, and that.
And they're going to call the play dead, or they may call it down.
Oh, no, they didn't see what we see. All the officials had their backs to the receiver. The ball was actually on the ground. We'll watch it again. We'll see if our right about.
Yeah, let's take a look.
You'll see the tip of it right there. Yep, that's out. That's not an interception, but if the officials don't see that, another good look here. Clearly not an interception.
Yeah, and you see Coach Foley telling his guy, I think he kind of had a little inkling of that too, because he's telling his guys to get out there.
See, the thing is that
they can't. There's been replay.
Yeah, there's been 2 calls that the officials have missed, and unfortunately, they've been big calls of tens of yards, 30 yards plus, and they've both gone Western Hills' way. Now, the first time that happened,
be losing a couple more yards here.
The first time that happened, Western Hills didn't benefit because Frankfort High, I think, intercepted a pass later on in that drive. But
that's our first call.
That's the first one that was missed.
Huge mark on this game.
His knee was down when he caught it, and then here the ball was on the ground.
Yeah, it's incomplete.
It's an incomplete pass. That
30 yards.
It cost them 30 yards and the ball.
Yeah.
Importantly, cost them the possession. Wow, that play went nowhere.
Well, it's 4th down on that play
anyway. Jacob Fields taken down for a loss.
Well, that was.
Yeah, Fields that time. Good to see Fields back out there.
Yeah. Does he play fullback a lot? I'm trying to see here. Yes, he is listed as their fullback. Yeah. They're going to give him a foot on that play, or was it already 1st and 5?
Right here, Fields might just be a steady pair of hands as the seconds tick off of this.
Here,
when you can get big gains like this.
Yes, here's Rogers with the carry, and
back and
he takes it to the Panther 40 before he's driven out of bounds with 132. And let's see what happens here. We've got a holding against the offense. That is coming back. And it'll be 2nd and
a bunch.
Yeah. At least 15, we'll say. I can't recall what it is in high school, if it's just a 5-yard or 10-yard penalty, or if it's a spot of the foul, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. I forget. But apparently they've put it down at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Western Hills going to be backed up really close, and they're in a punting situation, you know.
2nd and 25, roughly.
They can't pick up this first down and they have to punt. You know Frankfort High is going to be bringing everything on that. Big hit that time at the line.
Yeah, I think Parks Presley and Tayshawn Hamilton in there. 2 seniors making the tackle.
What a big game Tayshawn Hamilton's had.
Timeout, Frankfort.
Frankfort High calls timeout, and we've got 1:26 left to go in the game. They trail by 8, but first they have to get the ball. Stay with us. This is the Game of the Week on Cable 10.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heedley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Welcome back to McChesney Stadium. Sauer football field, the original Sauer field. Clint Goins joined by John Piesheimer and my brother Bob standing in the back of a bucket in the Bell Point Baptist Church parking lot.
3rd and 23 here for Western Hills. Another first down, and you can pretty much put this one in the books, but they're a long way away from there and deep in their own side of the field.
They give it to Rogers again. He goes around, and he's going to get the first down, and he may get a touchdown. And if that's the case, this game is all but over.
The last
Diving
man cannot get him. That's
attempt by the Panthers.
Rogers again with the touchdown. We got a flag down right about the
that could be
line.
It could be a block at the back. Could be a hold. We don't know. Could be coming back.
Penalty marker on the 25-yard line.
But the thing is, Frankfort High has 2 enemies now, not just Western Hills. They have the clock to worry about too, and 15 seconds just went off. It's another holding. So that'll be, it was 3rd and 25, so now it's going to be 3rd and 35 or more.
And we've got 1:11 left.
Did you see it?
The clock is a factor in this, but you know, 1:11 seconds, and the way this game's been going, we could see about 4 or 5 more twists of the tail here.
So it must be a spot of the foul and then 10 yards, because they only moved it back another 5 yards.
3rd and 30.
3rd and 30.
They're about at the 15. The flag was down at the 25, so.
Pretty sure you won't see a passing play here. They give it this time to, is that, who was that? That was not, that was Galloway, Gilead Galloway, yeah.
And he gets nowhere near the first down, but it's enough to give them some space to put their foot through it and at least make this as hard of a task for Frankfort High to even think about as possible.
Frankfort High calls a timeout, stopping the clock, and 1:03 left to go. We'll just keep it here.
You still have to kick them the ball.
Yeah, but then, you know, if they get a good kick, let's say Frankfort High gets the ball back at around their own 40 or maybe as good as midfield. Well, still, you've got to go 50 yards. You only got a minute to do it.
And if you're Frankfort High,
one timeout.
Theoretically, you try to throw everything at this punt because you've got Western Hills pinned back so far. But if you get a little too overzealous, you run into that punter. That's the game.
Mm-hmm. They might try to draw them off sides. That wouldn't do much, but it would give them another 5 yards when they finally did punt the ball. So we're going to have Jason Rogers, and my prediction of having a fake punt sometime in this game, I don't think it's going to happen.
That would certainly take some nerve to make that call.
Don Miller, I'm sure, would not do it in this situation here.
Ellis, the only man back, and
nice snap.
Not send him much.
Nice
let
punt.
him get it away. And you said it, Clint. That's the perfect punt for what you were trying to accomplish there.
And it's right at the 50.
But that's also a very, I mean, it's not great field position, but it's not bad, and you could certainly see.
Well, I can see it happening.
We've seen Frankfort High have some luck throwing those deep routes here in the second half.
I think once upon a time, in a span of the last 2 or 3 minutes of a game, I saw Frankfort High score 3 touchdowns and win the game. This has been
as much football has been played here. I'm sure stranger
things. This has been a couple of decades ago, but I have seen it happen. They scored with either, between 2 and 3 minutes to go. Then the other team, I think, fumbled the kickoff. Frankfort High fell on it, and they scored again. And then they kicked off again, and the other team drove a little while and threw an interception. Frankfort High runs it back and wins the game.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Their last possession Frankfort High had, it seemed like they were having no luck throwing the ball straight down the middle, so we'll see if they try to pitch it out wide.
I'm not sure why you would do that, because there's a whole lot of traffic in the middle of the field sometimes. You need to get rid of it.
Good job missing a tackle. And that time he might have gotten a couple more yards, but did a good job to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Well, he only got 1 yard. I think he only got 1 yard, but I think
if he got hit here, he would have lost about 6.
Yeah, but if he'd have thrown it away, he would have kept 5 more seconds. They may have had another play. It takes about 7 seconds on average to run a play. So that one took 11. Oh, wow, they gave him it's the guy with the yardstick. He's giving him a generous spot, but that's not where the ball actually is.
He's got a man.
Up the middle again, and a dangerous pass again. And
4 people touched that one on the way down to the ground. A lot of hearts skipping a beat here at Sauer Field.
I think I'd throw it into the flat.
We had Ellis just
easily could have been an interception.
I think he saw it a little bit too late. And that was a great job that time by Fields to get his hands up.
Yeah, that's how we had the first interception, where Fields hits it up in the air, tip drill. Rogers, I think, made the interception.
And I think
Parker
a lot of that is
that
just size and athleticism, being able to make yourself big.
Interception stops the clock. That play only took 5 seconds, but now it's 3rd and 9. Still.
Had a little trouble pulling that snap in.
There's the pass to the flat, but it's thrown out in front of him.
36 seconds left, 4th and 9.
Javen Haskins, the intended receiver. During warm-ups, Coach Foley kind of got on his quarterbacks. I don't know if it was Davis or somebody else, but because Charlie Ellis can play quarterback as well. But they were throwing passes that the receivers couldn't catch, and said he was fussing at him. He was like, come on, man, there's not a soul on this field. There's no defense, and you still can't throw a pass to hit a receiver. A catchable ball. Here it is, 4th down. It's the ball game. They gotta get something. It's popped up in the air.
Wow.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It happened again. Who was that on the wide side? And Western Hills, they're devastated right now, but they've still got a defensive stand to make here.
And the thing is, again, these are high school students, I understand. You don't tip the ball up when it's 4th down. You knock it down, knock it to the sideline.
And I believe that's.
Let it fall to the ground or something. You don't.
That's Gage Hill again.
Oh man.
And that time, you saw a couple of the players for Western Hills defeated, and I think Jacob Fields did a good job of getting their heads back in the game and saying, we got another defensive stand to make here. They still have to put 2 more points on the board.
They do. This is a really big 2-point conversion. Western Hills trying to go 2-0. Oh, they've got a little halfback pass, but this time,
great play that time at the line of scrimmage.
Whoever it was smart and just knocked the ball down.
That was number 56 coming in there to make that stop for Western Hills.
Number 56. We're trying to look up his number real quick.
The D lineman.
Junior.
Right.
Good job, Taylor. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Knock it down.
Stayed at home on that pitch out to Ellis. I think they knew at that point that Ellis was going to try to throw the ball, and still not over. We have the potential for an onside kick here.
Yes, we do.
Well, the potential should probably be called the likelihood.
I think it will be an onside or a squibber or something, and we have the option of there being a fumble. We've had.
But for Frankfort High, it's another year, another close game against Western Hills that, barring a successful onside kick and another huge swing in momentum, is going to end in defeat. But Western Hills, I think, night and day from last year, the times that we saw here on Game of the Week, they look like a team that's got a lot more seasoning, a lot more experience, and coming up big when it matters. So full credit to the Western Hills Wolverines.
Spencer is going to kick off again here. I'm a little bit surprised. Cameron Stone, number 11 for Frankfort High, is really limping out there. He should take himself out of the game, but he's staying in there. And if it is there it is. It's got to go 10 yards, and nope, somebody touched it.
Yeah.
Somebody touched it. Did they see it? Did they see it?
No,
they're giving it to Frankfort High.
I don't think anybody.
Well, I thought I saw a Frankfort High player.
I agree with you, Clint.
I thought this is, regardless, Frankfort High is due a break. I thought it was right about. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't touch it.
We're going to see a great camera work here, but it's got to go over.
That's it. There it is. It touches the line. The Western Hills player right there should have fallen on it.
Yeah, you never want to be in a situation.
Whether it's 10 yards or not, you're that close, fall on the ball. But hey, these kids are in high school. They're learning the game.
But again, Frankfort High.
There's a lot of rules. I'm 57 and I still don't know all the rules.
Frankfort High with a chance to air out the ball, and now this is going to be for the win. They don't have to worry about a 2-point conversion here.
27 seconds, 4 downs, ball in the 50.
It's got time and rolls
out. They did manage to score. They did manage to score last time.
I'm not sure if he got out of bounds or not to stop the clock with the sticks, but.
Yeah, they did manage to score in about 30 seconds last time. So.
He's trying to get everybody to the line just to spike, because clearly they didn't get the ball out of. Yeah, they're going to start it back, so.
Exciting into this game, and he does spike it.
So they'll get at least.
Oh, they let it click down to 10 seconds. Really? I don't think that's right. I thought it should be more like 14 seconds or something. Let's see if Foley is going to. No, maybe he doesn't notice it.
I think it just took a while to get everybody under center after the clock had started. Get everybody to the line, and Sam Davis just screaming for everybody to get there because he knew he had to get that ball spiked.
They got a chance for 2 more plays, so you're either going to get 2 throws to the end zone, or you're going to get 1 throw to the sideline, and then a throw to the end zone.
What did I tell you about all those twists that could happen in a minute?
Yeah, here we are. You got to throw it. You got to throw it, Sam. You got to throw it. Puts it up there. Puts it up there.
And they'll get one more shot at it. 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
That was good pursuit there that time. I think that was number 55 for Western Hills. Austin Keith never really gave up on the play and made sure that Davis was going to have a little bit of pressure on him trying to throw that, but still got a good throw away. But, you know, you're always throwing it and just trying to hope that somebody can get up and, you know, tip that. And why wouldn't you hope that? It's happened twice so far in the game when you weren't even trying to do it. So
yeah.
Ellis lining up in the slot on the left hand this time. I think they're going to clear out for him. Allen back in the game, lining up off right tackle.
Last play of the game. Davis.
He'll have time to get rid of it.
Hews it down to the end zone. It's up there. It's knocked down by Western Hills.
You don't see any flags. That's your ball game.
That's it. Wow, what an exciting finish, though, folks, to this one. The Wolverines win again this year, breaking the hearts of Frankfort High by just 2 points. Here's another look at it. Oh, actually, this is the
yeah, this is the last 5 minutes of this game. I think
we have 2 touchdowns because of tips.
And then this.
And that would have tied the game. Had it been caught, that would have tied the game.
That's a huge stop right there. That's a game-winning stop.
And this, I thought 32 touched it, but upon looking at it in replay, he did not. And Frankfort High got the ball. And
it took us a while for the game of the week to start this year, but I think that was worth the wait.
I think so. We had an exciting game to watch here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us here. We'll wrap this up right after this break on the Cable 10 Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is sponsored by David Tolles Auto Pro. David Tolles Auto Pro is open regular business hours and is dedicated to keeping you safe and back on the road with contact-free drop-off. Pickup and delivery is also available. Disinfecting nightly all areas. Following all safety precautions. Vehicle sanitizing service also available. Call 502-352-2988 or 502-352-2205.
Welcome back, folks. If you're just tuning in, man, you missed a good one. Back and forth, back and forth. Western Hills had the lead, I think, the entire game, but gosh, it was, you know, Frankfort High was right behind them the entire game.
Yeah, Frankfort High just kind of started off a little bit down in momentum. As you see right here, we're going to see that fumble on their first drive. And that kind of put them, you know, behind the 8 ball. But give Frankfort High a lot of credit for the way they hung in this game. And, you know, you just keep fighting and clawing, and the luck eventually started as we saw that big hit right there. We certainly hope Pires is okay after that. But both of these teams just, you know, kind of rolling with the punches and really just hanging in there, not dropping their heads. And this is exactly what you'd expect from a crosstown rivalry here in Frankfort. And really glad we were able to kick off the game of the week for the 2020 season with everything that's gone on with such a good game for everybody out there watching.
Yeah, with the exception of a blocked kick or a blocked field goal and a safety, we had almost everything you can imagine in a football game in this game. Not 1, but 2 touchdowns scored off of tipped passes. We've had, how many interceptions have we had? We had at least 4.
I think we had like 4 in the last minute of the first half.
And fumbles, strips. It was just big hits. Somebody riding their bicycle or a horse, we're not sure. Maybe somebody, maybe it's a dance craze, I don't know. But a lot of fun as we watch these replays. That's
and those plays at the beginning of the second half.
Great run
they
here
feel
by
like they were
Williams.
a week ago after all we've experienced in this game.
And you know that's what hurt Frankfort High a little bit. Also was the fact they had 2 players unable to complete the game. One due to a legal big hit, and another one due to an illegal hit.
Yeah, we definitely hit. We definitely hope both Perez and Azina Williams are okay. Azina Williams had such a huge game leading up to the point where he had to come off. And hate to see any kids get hurt, especially in a game like this. And this play was a broken play.
Yeah, they almost had it. They would have tied it up. And
you feel for number 2, Javen Haskins here.
Yeah, we would have. We'd still be here going into overtime had that worked out.
I don't know that I have an overtime in me after all the
all the excitement, yeah.
Twists and turns we've dealt with tonight. But
there's one of those tipped touchdowns. Charlie Ellis really played well at the last part of this game because he, when Williams goes out, he's their most experienced runner.
That's a good play call. He had a couple of guys open on the right, but it looked like the guy he had in mind was covered, unfortunately for him. It was the last play of the game, man.
Yep. Well, that's it, folks. That's all we have to say, all we have to offer. But it was a good one. Western Hills with the win. Next week, Frankfort High will host Woodford County.
That'll be at Woodford. That'll be at Woodford, I believe.
At Woodford?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I stand corrected. And then Western Hills is going to be
hosting Pineville.
Hosting Pineville. So, all right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week here on Cable 10.
Get a couple in. Let's see what they do. They've got 3rd and 3. First down's really irrelevant here. Let's see if they go to the air.